like it never ends. Back again, square one. Try to leave myself behind. Looking for a better place, not to stay alone. Gain our trust and you chose to break it. Ask for truth but you only fake it. Thought you said what we had was sacred. It's all lies, all lies. I was broken and isolated, but inside held the fire waiting. Not a word that you say can save this, so don't try, cause this time you crossed the line.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back. Let me fix the webcam and it will be good to go and enjoy our 5v5 1v1 duels for the day, boys. Again, this side of mustache just doesn't want to play right. It just doesn't want to do this curly thing. It's just been complaining, but it's probably also because of lack of sleep. I noticed that whenever I don't sleep that much, my skin gets really dry, and the mustache just doesn't want to do its thing. It just, somebody bought that, I guess, process. I don't know, dude. Last night I thought I did get plenty of sleep, though, but I did wake up super late. Oh my god. I basically woke up and I was like, okay, time to get some work done. And literally right after is the stream. I didn't get much stuff done, boys. How y'all doing though? Welcome back to another stream. Hope all of you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. We're gonna get back to the 5v5 1v1 duels for the day, boys. EU, I hope you guys are ready, boys. Let's log on. Let's log on. How you doing, chat? What do you got? We got us as Axis, we got us as Naglifar, we got us as Tyrant, Sam, Dread, we got us as Kiwi, Bella, we got us as the other B, Cajun. How you boys all doing? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back. Hopefully I didn't mess up everyone's name. Hopefully I didn't butcher literally everyone's name. What's up, Sam? I'm awesome. That's happy to hear that, my guy. Happy to hear that. ESO, you play some ESO, my guy? I see that in name. Finally hit 195 item level and have 22% versus feature Haze's arms warrior with rank 2 unhinged. That would be pretty good for PvP, man. That'd be pretty beefy for PvP. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty, boys. Let's do it. EU, where you at, man? Where you at? We gotta get some groups together for some MOBA duels. I used to play ESO. I rage quit back to WoW. Really? ESO? I wouldn't think that ESO is the kind of game you rage quit at, but I guess... Sorry, scratching my foot. I guess... Because I don't know if that game has anything going on for it, really. I mean, it has they have an expansion or whatever, right? But I just feel like they've been just doing okay things, doing their own thing, flying under the radar, not really rustling in your bushes. I wouldn't think that'd be the kind of game that you'll rage quit out of, but maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Men's Ryan Demo Energy. Gonna be some pet claps my slime. Alright, sounds good, my dude. Demonology sounds like a lot of fun, actually. I don't think that's a spec we see too much of for the duels. Hi, Alex 5v5, mate, ready. Let's go, boys. Alex, ready to go. Who are we gonna be throwing up against Alex, boys? This is gonna be the first one. ESO sucks the broken game PvP. Unfortunate to hear, my guy. Unfortunate to hear. But I feel like they really need to come out with another mode, dude. They really need to, like, if Shadowlands got so much success, everybody else needs to start going back to making MMOs. Because remember when there was so many MMOs to choose from? Like, none of them were really like WoW killers ever, but it's just a lot of different flavors of stuff, you know what I mean? I kind of miss those days, man. I kind of miss those days. Like, even if all of them didn't really end up making it big, it just was cool to have variety because everybody else tried something new and stuff, you know? It was always cool to see. More groups on Alliance sounds good. Can someone invite me? I'm a warrior. My group on Alliance. We're doing this on the EU. If you guys don't see how to join in for the 5v5 1v1 duels, go to players player premier group, custom PvP, find the group top 5, enter. If you don't see it, actually, hold on. Do we have a thing? Here we go. Okay, let me do this. Let me copy this over from the pin. Here we go. So that's actually the how to join groups and how to make some groups over for the 5v5 exact directions in terms of how to join in. So I have that pinned right now, so hopefully that should help you guys out. Do you think demos should be meta back? Demos should be meta back. What does meta back mean? Good evening, boys. What's up, LP? How you doing, my man? Can you invite me in B-Tag so I can add you and create my group myself? Yeah, if you want to, guys, if you want to make your own groups for 5v5 duels, force a group into player versus player, pre-made group, custom PvP. You can just hit start group called something like 5v5 1v1 duels Dalaran. And you make your own group. Once you have a 5-man in your group, add me on Real ID. I'll queue you up against Alex or whoever else is ready for EU for the day. Metamorphosis. If they should get Metamorphosis back, I feel like they don't really need it because Metamorphosis is a demon hunter thing now. I don't think they necessarily need Metamorphosis back. Would it be cool to have it? I guess, but like, what would it do for you? Because right now they just summon a bunch of demons and your big button is now the Tyrant, which slaps when the Tyrant can sometimes slap. I think maybe they could make it so that you transform into a Tyrant instead of summoning one. Kind of like old school Metamorphosis. Maybe make it like a talent, right? You become the Tyrant and few of your abilities change and you empower your pets. So you can have a little bit more control over how the Tyrant plays. So in PvP, like if you don't trust the Tyrant NPC at all, you can just become the Tyrant for a second. I think that'd be kind of cool. But I see what they did with them, right? You know, summoning pets and whatnot. I really do like that. I don't think they should change that too much. Or, you know, I think they should keep the base where it's at, but then adjust a couple things here and there. Hey Dal, you got a haircut? Yeah, I got one Wednesday, I think. Yeah, so now we have slightly shorter hair. Feels good, man. Feels good. Because I was going to join your group of that school, lol. I'm not actually making groups. So the way that these duels work is I spectate. You guys make the groups. I end up spectating. And then we end up getting the camera action in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you guys would have to find a group. Can you give me a real ID? Dalaran hashtag 1340. If you guys have a group, let me know. I want to add you guys if you have a group already. Because we only have Alex that can make the groups. Uh-oh, Alex. You might be waiting here for a while then, my guy. We only got Athaman, we only got Krager, we only got nothing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have a little bit of a slow start for EU by the looks of it, boys. Damn. Everyone has a B tag. Dalaran hashtag 1340 once you guys have a 5-man team. Login? Alright, sounds good, boys. Sounds good. Yeah, we're gonna need a second group here pretty quick. Low Lord, we don't have no whisper from him or nothing. Damn. Did it go out to everybody that stream? It might have not, which would be unfortunate. But yeah, if somebody else wants to make a group, so the way you do it, if you guys want to make your own groups of 5 those or join some if you're looking for any. Let's see if there's any up. So if you want to look for groups and you want to join one, right? You don't want to go making the group or whatever. You just rather join in. Player versus player, pre-made group, custom PvP, find a group, top number 5, enter into the tag, and you'll see a group on Alliance and or Horde over on the EU today. If there isn't one up, you can always make one yourself by going to start a group in a custom. Call it something like 5V5 1V1 DUELS Dalaran. And you hit list group, get 4 people added, so you can make a 5-man group, then add me on Real ID, and then we're good to go. Hey Dal, what's up, Go? Say hey to him, man. Dal, add Vibers, please. Vibers, do you have a group, man? Do you have a group already? I want to try to add you guys when you have a group. Cajun's starting to make a group. Let's go, boys. Cajun joined in for one. Cajun got one on the Horde. I don't know if there's any on Alliance, because, you know, this character is Horde. But if there's anybody else on Alliance making a group, let them know, boys. Let them know. It'll make it easy. Occasion with a, where was it? 5V5 1v1 group. If you guys want to join in on the Horde side, we'll throw Occasion against Alex or whoever else is ready first. Good question. Balance of Feral for PvP. RBGs to which want to start gearing. With either, I feel like you can play whatever you wanna. I think I should play this play style that you like the most. I feel like I have more fun with that. But if you wanted to see one that's more meta for 2v2s, 3v3s, RBGs, I don't think Feral see a lot of RBGs, to be honest. I don't think a lot of Feral droids see RBGs. I think Boomies just have an easier time there. Big Convoke, New Moons, being able to put pressure with dots and everything. I think they just have it easier like that. But I don't believe Ferals would be the worst. Like if Feral go for a big AoE bleed with Rip, Brutal Slash straight up like Mythic Plus build, I really could see a Feral do some damage and make big one-shots happen. Like I could see a Feral capping bases, dude. You know, basically do what rogues do. Open up on somebody, massive Convoke, or just put up bleeds on them, or maybe even go open up, Cyclone, start capping, then shrink it to Cyclone. Or no, actually just maybe open up right next to them with a Cyclone, start capping, then shrink it, bash them, Convoke with full cooldowns, one-shot him, take the base. That would be pretty good. Looking for one more and ready. All right, Cajun, sounds good. My dude, thanks so much. Oh, already ready. Let's go, boys. Already ready. Alex, hopefully you are still there, my man. Sorry. Sorry for making you wait so long. Oh, okay. Cajun. Oh, it's I in there, right? Yeah. Sorry for the sneeze, boys. All right, we got ourselves a 5-5 1v1 group ready for the day, boys. We got one up and running in the good old Mugam Bala. In the good old Mugam Bala arena, boys. Who do we have today for the first duel? We got ourselves teams loading in. Switch. Looks like both teams are still loading in. Both of them only have a fireman. It looks like a first fireman is available. Drafters as a fire mage available on team 2. We got ourselves also Mank as a monk. That's a Ventia variety or for a Ray. Actually, I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. We got ourselves also Kyla as a Windwalker monk on this team, with Krola as a red paladin and Shinja coming in as an affliction warlock, sacrificing that pet. Poor guy, just kind of stuck over on the floor. We got us as washed up as a demonology warlock with this team. We got Christina as a feral, Unstoppable as an elemental shaman, Splaz as another fire mage, as well as Rip Avocado as another Feral Druid, 2 Ferals, 2 Warlocks, one per team, 1 Mage per team, 2 Monks in the other team. So it looks like it's going to be Monks versus Ferals. This duel with Christina going to be going up first, and Shinja first up, Affliction versus Feral Druid. You know, I think Shinja is probably going to be able to outsmart the Feral. I mean, he literally got 2 heads. 2 heads are better than 1. 2 brains thinking together how to beat a Feral. Christina landing the opener with blood, with Berserk opener immediately. Everything ready. Well, the bleed set up. Shinja taking quite a bit of damage. Fear onto Christina. Fear right after. That's going to be tricky for Christina. Stunning Shinja, or actually jumped over Shadow. Big old combo coming out. That's actually going to be the Warlock going down that quickly. Not a lot of defenses he could do after getting interrupted. Not even a wall was used. No, nothing. I think going for a AoE Fear isn't a bad idea. But then casting a Fear so close to the Feral might be quite rough. Might be actually quite rough. I don't really know if that's what he really wanted to do, but that's what happened. Drafter's going to be up next. Into an Invis, hanging our way. Last time he saw Christina the Feral. But it looks like he isn't going to be able to find him anytime soon. I was thinking he's wearing a waste of time for a second, but he isn't. I like your Mog. I like how there's acorns on the sides of your belt. That's kind of weird looking. It looks like maybe like fey nades or something. Like purple, blue, sparkly nades. Gonna be Christina landing the opener. Drafters as he stopped moving for a second. Landing the breath of Christina with a Ring of Frost to follow. Christina actually going to be able to walk out of the Ring of Frost. Power shifting out of the slows. Interrupted. Drafters on fire, but does get themselves frozen. Drafters is looking to cook up a big Pyroblast. It looks like the Pyroblast is going to make it up in the air. Bursting coming out for Christina. Taking a big old beating with massive Pyroblast back to back. Christina going for a massive heal while Wall's available. Should be able to catch themselves back up. Swiftman while Wall is up. Should be in a good spot and does disengage away from Drafters. Drafters going for a shift in power play. Trying to see if he might be able to get some of those CDs back up. That was Meteor used. That was everything used. The more often he can use the shift in power ability, the faster he'll get some of those cooldowns. But did take a little bit of damage in the opener. Looks like food recovery is up next. Christina trying to stop the eats immediately. Gonna be a trinket out of Drafters with a Ring of Frost. Catching Christina inside of the ring. Trying to AoE Brutal Slash. Is gonna leap behind Drafters across the Ring of Frost. Actually not even touching the ground. Not even getting frozen. Interrupting him on the G-Pipe, but still a couple Fireblast coming out for Drafters, looking to get away from Christina. Christina bailing out, catch himself almost a re-stealth, almost proper re-stealth, but a breath does catch him. Drafters is sitting at about half a health, needs to get himself shields back up and running, all the time getting used in order to try to stay as healthy as possible. Does choose to all the time and run the other direction away from Christina. Ursos is going to keep him caught in the middle though. At the stairs, route onto Christina, does break out of it with the power shift. Does Christina catch himself a reset? Looks like they actually go for maybe a Moonfire onto Drafters just to keep some kind of a dot on him in order to not allow any kind of resets. The shields are getting melted pretty quickly. Drafters is going to need them back up very, very soon. Christina going in for a bite. Second bite, pocket out the cauterize. Doesn't go for an ice block. It looks like it's going to be the pod. Christina needs to take down the pod right now. Do they realize the pod is there? Does get an opener onto the pod by the looks of it. And Drafters did not ice block that at all. Oh my goodness. Probably needs to use that ability next time. Kyla going to be up next as a Windwalker. So far, Christina going from one caster into the next. But will these melee classes end up giving him more trouble than the casters did? That ice block misplay. I think what the mage was trying to hope for maybe is thinking, oh, you know, Cauterize probably not going to end me. Probably not going to take me out. But the bleeds by the Feral are quite vicious. They are quite deadly, boys. They are deadly, no matter how you look at them. If only he had a shield available at the time, right? Cauterize, you put up a shield. Cauterize gets absorbed into the shield for the most part. You can save your ice block for later. Kyla getting blasted in the opener. Bleeds are already ticking him down. Kyla is already after that opener, still ticking down. Cannot recover past 30% health. How to pop a wall here? Christina goes in for another stun. Goes for a leap again. No karma for Kyla just yet. Does Christina reverse the bleeds? I feel like the bleeds, if he just reversed a rib, that might have been the end to Kyla right there. But he actually kept cool and composed as he's melting in front of the Feral. Gonna be a skull bash with a karma immediately by Kyla. Into big damage under Christina, goes in for a massive leap away. Urso's Kyla away. Doesn't want to make any of that Weapons of War, Karma, and Wombo combo build. That's going to be a maim short of Kyla. No defense available. Does have a Fist of Fury. The only thing between him and the Pharaoh right now is that Fist of Fury. Kyla's super low in health. Needs himself some kind of recovery right now. Needs a defensive. Thorns are going to be able to take him out as well as those brutal slashes. I don't even understand. That monk felt like he had such a slow reaction to all the bleeds. I couldn't tell if it was confidence or maybe overconfidence. I couldn't tell if it was like, you know what? I know I'm not gonna die here to this bleeds. I think I'm gonna be a-okay. Convo coming out onto man. Not even a trinketing late with a leg sweep and a karma onto Christina. I actually decided to trinket way super late, super low. But maybe the karma will let him recover a little bit. We're only an hour and 5 minutes of this duel. Interrupt onto Mank. I think you actually might be down, Christina. Blasting these boys. The bleeds. I think that was a final bite at the end, actually. It looked like the bleeds were putting the pressure, but the final bite is what finished him off. And all we have left is our Retribution Paladin on this team. This duel has been going on a very, very short time. Only 5 minutes. It's going to be massive final verdict by Krolla. That's Barksfield for Christina. Is that going to be enough, however? Does he have a way out of it? That's going to be a bash to Krolla, who trinkets out of it. Ponying up. Christina looking for that movement speed to get the hell out of that situation. Does have crazy good movement speed as a Night Fae. Also plopped in a vortex for Krolla. I don't know if the vortex actually did much, but that is wings down for the Paladin for now. Shield of Vengeance back up. Thorns available for Christina. Knows he doesn't want that Shield of Vengeance to pop next to him. Needs some defenses for the next big go. Leaping in onto Krolla. Almost got a skull bash off of that one. Krolla kind of dipping down low in health. Hodge onto Christina. No offensive pressure for Krolla right now, but does have a Ward of Glory that he can build up from all the holy power to heal himself. For Christina, this is a pretty good spot though, as Krolla doesn't have a lot of aggressive damage. Christina could just set up for the bleeds, get himself a proper setup, get the big old bites built up. Needs to be worried about those Templar's verdicts. Those things are hurting quite a bit anyway. Does have a chicken for the next Hodge, so Christina should be playing this very, very defensively. Stunning to Krolla right now. Big old bite for Christina. Going in for a cyclone. Krolla chooses to bubble it. Does have himself Divine Toll. He does get the proc onto Christina, but does he have any damage to follow up right after? Christina does get himself a reset. Krolla used the defensive that early into the duel. Probably a misplay right here. If he ends up going down to Christina in a Convoke, then that's definitely a misplay, because the Paladin has no bubble, no trinket. He can bob the stun. Okay, he can bob a stun from Christina. If Christina for some reason, Hodge into Christina, I was gonna say, if Christina for some reason has Heart of the Wild, which we know he doesn't because of Bash, but if he has Heart of the Wild and Boomy Affinity, he could Convoke the Spirits from afar. Convoke getting interrupted as the Bob comes out to get himself out of that stun. If Christina had Boomy Affinity and could actually go into Boomy form, Convoke with Boomy form, you actually would do magic damage. Bob wouldn't stop it at all. It actually would not stop it. Big damage still coming out for Krolla. Still not going down without a fight. Massive final verdict onto Christina, but it's going to be his final verdict going down here as a bash and big old bites come out. Christina catching up on a bit of heals into a Hodge. That's going to be wings available for Krolla. Do they use them though? They go without wings this time. Actually, no. After the Hodge decide to follow up wings, it's going to be a perfect opportunity for Christina to get a lot of mobilities out of there. Krolla might have played his hand a little too early. Probably a good idea to combine a Hammer of Justice as well as wings together. Lock the enemy down so they can't run away from your wings. But it looks like Christina is poking the bear either way. Thorns are up. Does he expect a Hodge out of Krolla? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. At least for the time being. Wings are down. What? The what? Krolla just melted. Oh my god. I don't know what happened at the end there. He just kind of rapidly melted. Huh? I actually thought that it was going to be a little bit of a longer duel. I thought Krolla has some health. It's all good. Did Christina just get a massive bite or something? Must have been something crazy just now. Druid OP? Druid did really good. Alright boys, we got to get another duel up and running. That was a pretty quick one. A quick Feral 1v5. Pharaoh's obviously overpowered, busted, boys. Obviously overpowered and busted. Yo, the giant of Yak looks funny. Okay, let's get another open one, yeah? Yeah. Alex, definitely got to get your team in there, man. Your team didn't even get a chance to play. Shadow, do we have a group here? Shadow with a plus, let's go, dude. Shadow Storm, I got you, man. Cajun, if you want to reform the group or keep them, either up to you. Really doesn't matter to me. We'll get you up and running as soon as we get a chance, my guy. We're at 50 with EU. Yo, EU got a lot of duels. 53? EU got so many duels. So many duels, man. All right, Alex and Shadow Storm. Your name, I'm definitely going to mess it up, the number part. 273954. Did I mess it up? Probably did. Make sure you guys are online on Real ID, otherwise this isn't gonna work, by the way. Because I might have given a message I can't join because someone was offline on Real ID. Yeah, Shadow, you have to be online on Real ID, my guy. You have to turn yourself online. Whoever you're hiding from on Real ID, don't be hiding. You gotta join the duels, my guy. Oh, that was the one. That one was nice. Can use my range, but Skull hits very hard, but it's a little buggy. What? Zo, how you doing, my man? What are you talking about, my guy? Every class right now is OP, therefore no class is OP. True, true. I agree with that one. Yo, people, there's more on Ali wants to join us. Yo, if you guys want to make a group on Alliance, you're more than welcome to, man. If you have a group, you're more than welcome to advertise it. If I pop it near someone, it won't always go off unless you like them. You like on them, you know, 2v2, 3v3. Sometimes if enemies are close to it, hit a target. So win loss. I'm responding to ET Dal. Sorry. I got the other trinket from Sire Ocean Better or worse. Sire trinket. Sire trinket is generally better. Yeah. Okay. I'm confused then. I'm confused, chat. Shadow, make sure you're online. Shadow, you gotta be online. Shadow Storm, my mans, you gotta be online on Real ID. Unless you get your name wrong. Hold on. It's Shadow Storm. I got that part right. Hashtag 273-954-954. Okay, that should be enough. Shadow's in my group. What? I'm gonna say group is Alex. Oh my god, guys, whisper me if you have a group yourselves, man. Whisper me if you have a group yourselves. If you whisper me like, oh, we got a group, only the lead. Have the leads whisper me that you have a group. Only the lead. Whoever's the lead, have them whisper me. No one else. That confuses me. I thought there was 2 groups. All right, Cajun, let me know if you got a group ready, man, or if anybody else got a group. Looking for last one. All right, sounds good, my guy. We'll have Alex versus Cajun, I guess. Yeah, you guys confused me, man. I thought Shadow had a group of his own. We already 5? Yeah, I know you guys already. I know you guys already. You guys been waiting for a bit. We were cursing to hard to kill, or think it was a trinket. I don't think it was a trinket, but maybe it was. Starting a group. All right, we got us a proxy. Thank you for making a group, my guy. Appreciate you. Did I confuse Dal? It's, yeah, no, that's true. Tyrant, it makes a good point. I am really easy to confuse. I'm trying to make sure these groups are up and running and done as easily as I can. When you have, like, yeah. It just gives me, like, a false sense of how many groups we have. I thought we had a 3rd group ready. Or 3rd group getting set up. Yeah. Just have the leads whisper me that they have a group. Otherwise, it makes you think you have multiple groups ready. And then I kind of lose track of which groups played, which groups hasn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, what's up, Sultan? How are you, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Yo, can you ask who needs one person I'm gonna join? Yo, boys, look it up LFG, man. Look it up LFG for some groups up and running. We got ourselves Shadow Storm, not making a group. It's gonna be Cajun back in. Cajun and Alex, getting you guys right back in there. Back into the action. Black Rook Hold Arena, boys. I'm excited to see the fights. Good luck, everyone. Fighting. Oh, lots of variety here. 2 pharaohs. Wait, I was thinking 2 mages for some reason. That is actually quite a bit of variety. That is quite a bit of variety. I'll take it. Oh, did the Warlock on the other team bail, dude? Oh, no. Oh, no. Shinja, you didn't have to bail like that, man. It's okay, dude. It's a pharaoh. Switch. We got us a team 2 switching up 1 person. We got us a Drafter still here. Man hasn't got to use his Venthyr ability at all once so far. We got ourselves Crowler, the Red Paladin, Kyla, as well as Effective. How effective is this warrior gonna be in a 1v1 duel? His arms, he's riding a Gladiator mount, so I mean it's pretty effective to get Gladiator mount, you know what I mean, boys? We got ourselves a team 2 with Washed Up, Demonology Warlock, with Rip Avocado, with Christina as a Feral, Splaz as a Fire Mage, and Unstoppable. It looks like they might just send Unstoppable first up. Potentially, maybe, possibly. Looks like he is going to be first up versus Corolla, the Retribution Paladin versus an Elemental Shaman. Probably the 2 classes that heal the most. I mean, there's a lot of classes that have a lot of self-heals, but I feel like Elemental Shaman heals, as well as a Legacy Run, as well as a Retribution Paladin Word of Glories, are probably some of the most healing abilities in the game right now. And that's going to be 5. Okay, 5 and 3. Going to be slow from Krolla and a slow from Asafa immediately. Getting the elemental up and running with a meteor. Tuck and Taylor on ones and Ghost Wolf for a bit. Try to see if you might be able to make some distance from Krolla. Drop down to grounding in case a Hodge was going to come out. Krolla waited that out a little bit. A Hodge coming in onto Tasteful is still getting blasted by the fire elemental. Tasteful going for that lightning lasso. Krolla got himself a bit of damage. Actually got so low, had to go for a trinket. Didn't really feel good in the spot that they were in. Going to be a big primordial bowl from Tasteful. Should have a lot of instant cast into Krolla. Shield of is coming out. Krolla doesn't have a bubble here right now. Yes, it does. Yeah, they did have a bubble, but apparently they just didn't use it. So many instant casts coming out immediately. Effective going to be up next. Oh my god, I'm swapping the wrong person completely. Spiro Bastion and Insufferable can't really go anywhere. Having to go for a lava burst into effective. This is going to go for a little bit of cleave between him and the elemental. Reflect available. Insufferable is going to go for a frost shock to stop the reflect. Going to be an interrupt on that cast as effective. Got himself quite a bit of damage. Avatar rolling. But that's going to be healing surges for Insufferable. Unless effective has sharpened blades, he won't really be able to stop those heals. He has still maintained himself as high a health as possible. There is also a shield available for him with Ignore Pain. Primordial Bolt getting thrown in. What the? What? Washed up. His pet apparently started attacking effective out of nowhere. I don't understand why. Just the pet kind of leapt in onto effective. I don't understand. Going to be a fear on Insufferable. Looks like effective backing out. Unsure what just happened. Yeah, I think it's okay for him to pick up mage food and get some heals. Yeah, Insufferable. Did you see what happened? That warlock pet just attacked the guy. That's a little unfair. I think that's a little unfair, boys. Does effective have anything left? Spiro Bastion onto Insufferable, stuns him in there. Is going to get knocked back. Does get himself Ignore Pain for a second. Big lightning bolts coming out for Insufferable any moment now. Effective does go for a parry. Increasing the amount of DR he has. Just trying to deal with the damage. Hex coming out. Does have a Blade Storm for it. Is going to interrupt Insufferable on the nature cast. Does throw a Primordial Bolt into Effective's face. It looks like that's going to be healing surges. Letting him get back up to full speed. Effect is still fighting tooth and nail here, man. Even though he got attacked by an extra pet from his side. Lightning Lasso stops him in place. And I'm just not sure what Washed Up was trying to do there with that pet. Was he trying to assist Insufferable? Did maybe the warrior accidentally AoE the warlock and the pet just automatically start attacking him? Weird. Kyla up next is going to go for a nice bow to Insufferable. Is going to go for a nice bow back. Orc versus Orc. I really do hope that pet didn't like stun him or anything. I need to go back and look through the footage. It did do like a fell storm. So it looked like it did quite a bit of damage there. But hopefully not too much. Hopefully it wasn't like a stun or anything. It puts the trick out of the guy. Lasso onto Kylie. Immediately trinkets out of it. Trying to pop wall here. As it's going to be Primordial Bolt for Insufferable. Big lava burst still flying. Oh my god. Kyla almost got one shot just now. Did use the Zoan against Insufferable. But he's got no damage for the Zoan. If you press Zoan, you better do some damage as a monk. Otherwise, you're going to end up paying for it. Because that's so much damage and he's just not doing anything. Zoan does disappear into the Celestial Knight. I don't know where the Celestials come from or go. Lightning Lasso available for Insufferable. As that is the karma for Kyla. It looks like the karma is not going to hold much longer. Diffuse magic available for Kyla. That's one bit of defensive available. Summon to Kyla though. It looks like the zaps from Insufferable are just going to keep this man unstoppable. Drafters up next is a Fire Mage versus Insufferable. Is that going to be another 1v5? Is Christina just got himself the 1v5 champs? All of them trying to get themselves into a YouTube video or something? I mean, we know Insufferable was really good. We knew Christina was pretty good. I remember the early days of Christina, dude. When he first started as a feral for these duels, he would be able to maybe get one guy down in a duel and then that's over. Gonna be Lava Burst available for Insufferable. Lasso onto Drafters. Chooses to trinket it. I guess they didn't want to take the freebie damage. And looking like he wants to... What the hell? Insufferable, what are you doing? Why'd you interrupt him? Yo, this guy. I mean, Washed Up. Yo, what's Washed Up doing? I don't understand. You're not there to interrupt. He's not trying to CC you. He's trying to duel the Insufferable. You're just standing in the way. You can back up if you need to. What is going on? Yo, this Warlock is 100% trolling, dude. He's out here to troll. He's giving the Insufferable a helping hand. Get this guy out of here. Get him out of here, dude. I don't want to see his face ever again. Control your pets. Put him on passive if you need to. Ice Block coming out for Drafters as he's trying to make Pyroblast work, but that last Pyroblast, they're still going into the grounding. As by the time you figured out what happened, Insufferable had grounded the Pyroblast and clean Drafters of the combustion. Big Stormkeeper available. Shifted power up for Drafters. Goes for a breath and trying to see if he can avoid unstoppable. Tactic cancels his own shifted powers actually for that breath. It looks like the zap's still coming through now. Drafter's not in a good spot. Oh, the shield comes in the last second as he gets blasted with a big hit. Next global would have been over. And unstoppable just has a massive advantage so far. Just got drafters just kind of waddling away. Just needs to clean all those shields from him. Does hold the lasso, which is going to absorb into all the shields. Does he have any globals right after? Frostshock's coming out. This is one more and it's over. Fire breath by drafters. Polly does have cauterize, does have shields for that. Scurrying away with that mobility. Yeah, better run. I would run as well. Better get some food, as much food as we can here. Shenanigans happen in this arena. For real though. For real though, what's going on? Drafters going for a Nova onto unstoppable. Just to peel him away for a second. We are at 6 minutes into this duel. Shifter power coming out for drafters, trying to get some cooldowns back. Is only going to have 25 seconds on that combustion as the fire elemental joins in unstoppable. With a lasso, does give him a trinket into a meteor unstoppable. Looks like the trinket, the meteor did not break the breath. And they're trying to get a polymorph onto unstoppable. Ground totem getting used by the shaman. Maybe a little early because drafters can now go for a full combustion setup. Actually, no, it wasn't Unstoppable's. It wasn't Drafters Meteor. It was Unstoppable's pet Meteor. Doesn't trip them on fire. It's still going to be lightning bolts running for Unstoppable. Drafters going in for a Ring of Frost. Just trying to keep the Shaman at bay. If he can go after Unstoppable while Ground Totem is down, Drafters might actually be able to make a play here. It might be able to do something. Freeze onto Unstoppable. And maybe Drafters can make a big play here. Meteor coming down. Combustion rolling in. Unstoppable trying to dodge it. Does have grounding. If he can time the grounding right, he'll be in a good position. As Drafter, he's using all the mobility he can to catch up. Unstoppable does not even go for a wall. He's just trying to keep himself alive and healthy. He actually just outran the combustion and just healed himself up. He's still holding onto a wall. Drafters couldn't even get a massive defensive out of him. That's going to be trying to land a poly. If it looks like the poly didn't even go through, I guess maybe the yard. And Drafters does get blasted with a lasso. Primordial Bolt is up. Unstoppable needs to clean Drafters of every shield available in order to get the big damage into the health bar. Does get a lava burst in there or two. Zaps coming out. Drafters not in a good spot. No ice block available. Looks like those zaps are going to take him out. And that's going to be the pod. Unstoppable needs to take down the pod right now. Try to go for the lightning bolts. Should be able to do it. Maybe. Looks like, does he have it? He does have it. And Mank. He's going to land that opener onto Unstoppable, getting the images available. All the pets running out. Unstoppable trying to go for a hex. Mank did use a spear hand strike a little too early, maybe. The pets are still doing a bit of damage to Unstoppable. Does shoot to trinket it. But that's still more monks flying out of that mirror at the end there. They still keep coming, dude. They don't stop coming. They don't stop coming. But do they help at all? It looks like they're running out, throwing a keg at Unstoppable, but not really doing much past that. Meg trying to get some damage onto Unstoppable. Does get stunned by the Earth Elemental. Looks like it's going to be Unstoppable playing for a more defensive play. 8 minutes into this duel. 22% damper defensive fear flying for Meg, but looks like maybe the damage has been turned around. Meg finds himself super low in health out of nowhere. Needs to maybe back up, retreat, and recover. And Unstoppable just blasting Earth Shocks into the guy. Trying not to let this monk get out of this scot-free. Does the monk have anything? He does have dampened harm, but that's really about it. Lasso is going to get man quite low. If Unstoppable could get far enough. Oh, big old zap. And down he goes. Wow. That's going to be Unstoppable. The Unstoppable Shaman taking on the whole team. I'm not even worried about it. He did have an assist from the Warlock. He did have an assist from the Warlock, which was kind of weird. Kind of weird. Yeah. Yeah, let's get another up and running, boys. Yeah? Yo, Alex. Yeah, Alex. Yo, drop the Warlock, dude. Let's get someone else in here. Watch up DB. Caused by play. Auto stun. My bad, though. Was all tab. Yeah, let's get a Warlock out of there, man. No, let's get the Warlock out of there. That pet does not automatically throw a stun, by the way. That doesn't happen. I play Demonology. That's a trigger finger, dude. The pet can auto attack, but it doesn't have a stun throw as an auto action. Auto charge, auto Fellstorm, I can see it, but auto stun, no. Get him out of here, dude. Get him out of here. We'll get another one in. Proxy looks like he's trying to get a team together. It'll be good to go, boys. I can see why the Warlock's name is washed up, dude. He's washed up with these duels. Out of here. No, for real, Alex. Get him out. I don't want to see that guy. Because you can't be telling me the pet stun ability is an auto. I play Demonology, boys. I actually play the spec. I'm not somebody who plays only, like, Affliction Warlocks right now. I guess BFA... what's this? The Destruction. I don't play Flavor on Months, man. I like to play other different specs. And I know for sure that the pet stun does not have an auto attack to it or auto action. You can't like. So now I have a pet bar. So now I have a pet bar. We got a pet out. Right, so I have a pet bar. I don't have a keybind set up for this. And you have the basic pet abilities like dash, or growl, or master's call, or this dust thing, or smack for a second. Like, yeah, like this, right? Where's the pet at? Where are you? Okay, let's make him put him out here. Boom, here. All right, so you see the pet abilities like this dash, right? You can right click it and it's automatic. Like he'll automatically do it by himself. Or you can press them separately. There is a couple of abilities for the Warlock pet, like the dash where he sprints to people, and then the Fellstorm. He does have them on auto. But then there's an extra ability called Axe Toss, which is like the Serenity Dust. You can't right click this. I'm right clicking right now. It does nothing. It doesn't put it on automatic. You actually have to press it for him to do it. So that's with that ability. So that isn't something that's actually set on auto. That one is not actually set on auto. So he must have actually pressed it like a keybind to stun him. And I don't like that, dude. I don't like that. Because that mage actually got interrupted on, I think, Arcane or something. And you trinket it and you're still interrupted. I don't like that, dude. I don't like that, man. I don't like it, dude. There are 5 joins teams a bit. Change teams. There are 5 join champ teams a bit. What? Yo, Del, what's up, dude? What's up, DP? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. If you play with the pet ability on auto, who believe this? Well, I'm just trying to explain to you guys that you can't be saying that, oh, that ability was automatic. I didn't do this. No, it was something you have to press. That's what I'm trying to say. If you got a pet bars, if you can edit anything on Fire Ellie bar, you technically can, but you got to basically pop the elemental, press where the bars would be, like basically like figure out what you want on auto, what you don't want on auto. And basically you would have to remember like, oh, once you had the Fire Elemental, this is where this ability is, this is where that ability is, this is where this ability is, I guess. But, or I guess you would just make abilities like every time you summon Fire Ellie, just make it drop down to Meteor as well. That might not be a bad idea. Yeah. I would say let you edit those bars ahead of time, right? For every pet you have. Like maybe make it like so you have a, like say you have a pet tab right now, right? Like normally my pets are drawn away, but what if you already have our pet class, right? You have certain pets that you summon, have a pet tab available so you can like edit which abilities you want on auto, which ones you don't. So let's say you're a marksman hunter and you normally don't play with a pet, but then you want to summon it for like lust inside of Mythic Pluses. You want to make sure certain abilities are controllable by you and certain abilities like, I'm okay if he does it by himself. Like that'd be cool if you could just edit them right in the spellbook, right? Right click or not. Ayo fellow Outlook here. Agents are to do more damage in dungeons and raids, but mostly level based. Others are more like you have to know your rotation really well. I'd say the rotation for Outlook isn't the most complicated thing. Press your buttons. I think gear helps a ton though. But I've seen some people that are like, yo, I have really good item. I'm like, okay, but I'm doing like 3.5 DPS. I'm like, that's not okay. So sometimes I do think it's maybe a rotation thing. What I would do is I would sim yourself in WoW raid bots. Use WoW raid bots to sim your character to find out how much damage you should be doing. There's just a quick sim thing that'll let you how much damage you should be doing, and we'll give you like a more or less a rotation down below, like your opener, and then how you use your abilities. The rotation kind of tells you what you should be doing. It is a little bit dynamic with Outlook because it changes slightly depending on the buffs you have. But if you can look at the rotation there and extrapolate, like, okay, when I have this buff, then I do this. When I have this buff, then I do that. Then you might be able to figure something out. But it's pretty simple for the most part. Like you can do a sim to see how much damage you should be doing, and if you can at least get kind of sort of close to those numbers, then you should be okay. You know what I mean? Too drunk for this. What's up, Drafter? How you doing, my man? Drafter, huh? For the draft beers? Is that what you're talking about? Cheating is cheating. Yeah, we like 5v5 ones when people play fairly. If someone, let's say, just made him... I mean, if the guy was like, yo, my bad. I didn't think I pressed it, kicked it by accident. Really didn't mean to. Like, that'd be okay. But when you're like, yeah, that ability is an auto. I can't control it. It's my... Come on, dude. I don't care. I'm the mage, bro. Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. Oh, yeah, that actually makes sense. Connecting the dots. I don't do that well with names, man. What happens on chat? I do, my man. I don't know, dude. Dude being an idiot. Hey, Dad, what is you got a link to that poll? I'll vote for you on the commentator for the AWC. You got the link to the poll to vote for you in for commentator for AWC? Hey, Dal, you got that link to the poll to vote you for commentator. I didn't see no poll. Is there a poll? Crazy. I don't think I'll get in there, boys. I don't even want to look. I don't want to get disappointed. There's probably other people out there that have more experience inside of arenas. They can commentate better. You know what I mean? They know what they're talking about. I can just tell you what abilities everybody's using. Hello, we are Alliance. Need 3 more. If you could ask Shad, dead server. Dead server? Boys, we need more. Proxy got a 4 out of 5. I think Proxy made me on Alliance. It made me check, actually. If you guys want to join the 500 Duels, go to player versus player, premier group, custom PvP, find a group number 5, enter. Oh, all of you guys are Horde. Oh no. We got 2 that are 4 and 1 that is 3. How many of you guys are Alliance? What? What's up, Paul? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. What you doing? Wishful thinking, just think it'd be good. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. I would love to. I would love to. I really would. I just think they end up taking the dudes that have like gladiator achievements because, well, you play gladiator, you know the meta, you know how classes play, then you have more experience in commentating, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think that would take me because I've never got gladiator. At best I've gotten is 2500 as outlaw in season where corruption was a thing. So like that's not that impressive, to be honest. Dal, can you send my friend request so I can get a group up in there? Yo, Belly, aren't you NA? Belly, we're doing this on EU. Unless you're EU. Are you EU? I can get you in. Full weight proxy. Wait, can the Warlock play again? Nah, get him out of here, dude. Get him out of here. Yeah, get him out of here, dude. I don't want to see that. I want to see that washed up scrub. His name is literally washed up. I'm not trying to be mean. His name is literally washed up. I'm just trying to make a joke here. But no, I don't want to. Yeah, we'll skip him for the day. We could skip him. You know what I mean? So I haven't been around much. Been working 100 hours a week for like 7 months. Yo, that's hard out there, dude. That's tough. I feel like, I guess, can you really call this work? But I feel like I've been really, really busy with videos for quite a bit now. I'm not getting any good sleep at all. So. That combined together with a terrible sleep schedule, and it's not going well at all. But we're okay, I think. We're okay, I think, man. One more then. Sounds good, boys. Sounds good. Dude, it was an accident. Fuck this. I thought it was auto. My bad. Bro, what do you mean you thought it was auto? Like, bro, I play demonology. Man, it's not auto. Stop telling me it was auto. I play demonology. Do I need to log on to my demonology warlock and show the chat that I know what I'm talking about? It's not an auto ability. You literally press it. You literally press a stun and you locked out a mage, which potentially could have actually had a pocket win. What are you talking about? Am I the crazy one, bro? I'm taking crazy pills here, man. I'm taking crazy pills here, dude. Oh my goodness, I just want the duels to be fair. Oh my god, Dal is such an asshole because the guy decided to fuck over a mage while he's trying to have a duel. What an asshole for not letting him play and fuck more people over. Wow. Sorry, boys, I guess I need to go on an apology tour. Out of here, dude. What are you talking about? Out of here. Cajun got a group? Alright, we get Cajun here. Proxy, we'll get you up as soon as you get a group. Cajun, we'll get you another run, man. Cajun, let's get him in here, dude. And I gotta I'm sorry, I guess, boys. Oh my god. Cancel me, why don't you? Jesus, dude. What is going on here? Oh my god. I guess I'm the asshole here. Alright. My B. What is going on? Alrighty, switch. We got ourselves team 5. Okay, we got Casino back together with. Okay, actually, there's a lot of you guys stacked together. Splats as a fire mage, Christina as a feral, Rip Avocado. What are we gonna call Pipe? We got Cause Stanza here as a sub rogue. Oh my god, is that gonna be the next 1v5? A sub rogue versus the other team too? We got ourselves some boys that are still there, like effective. Trying to figure out how to make the arms warrior work in the duels. I believe we got Slow TF as a Affliction Warlock. Somebody, oh, Deathbolt Affliction Warlock. I'm actually interested. Is he gonna go for one shot? Kylie in here, Blend as a Windwalker Monk with a two-hander by the looks of it. Actually, yeah. And Drafters as a Fire Mage. Good luck and fun, everybody. Who's gonna be first up? Who's gonna be last up? Oh, boys. I actually am very interested to see. I'm swapping the wrong people. Deathbolt. Affliction Warlock. I'm actually very excited. Looks like it's maybe Blint or maybe it's effective. It looks like effective takes charge at the beginning with a defensive stance. As Ripe Avocado, wait, do you still hold on to that Parasol on cat form? That's kind of hilarious. Stormbolt onto Ripe Avocado, and he's going to be number 3. Is it 3 and 3? 1 and 3. Okay, works out for me. Ripe going for a bark skin immediately into a soul shape just to get away from effective. That was a Spirit Bastion used by the warrior. Took a bit of damage from the Feral Druid here. Sharpened Blade's coming out. Actually looks like he might be putting a lot of pressure onto Ripe Avocado. Can't really heal much. Sharpened Blade is proven to be quite a nice hamper to any of the healing going on as he goes in for a wall with the regrowth right after. Stormbolt back onto the Feral and effective. Looks like he got himself some effective damage going on. That's going to be parry up and running, trying to get those big executes into Ripe Avocado. But yeah, Ripe Avocado. Why do I call him Rip Avocado for a second there? Into a bash by the Feral. Convoke was interrupted by effective there. And can Ripe somehow get out of it? Does he have the bear affinity? Does go for a charge onto effective for a second, trying to get himself some heals rolling. He's super low on health. It looks like might be able to catch himself a restealth. Leap by the warrior. Does he catch a restealth? Looks like Stormbolt comes in. I think the execute is finally going to come out by the warrior unless the Barkskin stops him. Spirit Bastion not letting him go anywhere. It looks like the warrior does take one down here. It was actually kind of close. If only the Feral got himself a restealth somehow. I don't know if the warrior can maybe taunt him to get himself into, or to get him into combat or something. But I wonder if some kind of a re-stealth would have been possible there. It looks like Costanza is going to be up next. I am going to mess up your name though. Costanza. I am going to say it a couple times. Costanza, Costanza. Just because I know I'm going to mess it up. But effective, looking for the rogue, picking up the eyes. Is he going to be able to find him? The rogue snugly hanging out by the pillar. Checking into the enemy room to see if the rogue is maybe ducking under one of the corners. There's only so many places the rogue could be walking right next to him. Doesn't seem Stormbolts, and the rogue does not get the opener. Going to be a war breaker for effective with a big old blaze storm as a mark for death comes out for Costanza. Goes for a blind. Did he kidney shot effective? Did he try to kidney shot him during blaze storm? He might have. Is going to catch himself a reset. If he doesn't open up with a cheap shot, I think he actually did try to go in with a kidney shot and he missed it. So then that means that was a really good blaze storm by effective. An effective blaze storm, you can even say. It looks like he might have actually. I think he did burn a kidney shot into the guy. Oh no, because I think he was going to want a kidney shot on the warrior, on the orc. I don't think a cheap shot would be good enough. And it looks like the rogue is just going to wait it out. Wait until every cooldown is back up. Or at least his health is back up. Blind and Shadow Blades have been used. I don't really know why he needed to use Shadow Blades. Kidney shot onto effective. That's exactly what he needed. And that's quite a bit of damage into the warrior. Blasting him back to back. Fear by the warrior. Does he get him triggered out of the rogue? Looks like effective is going to go for the massive avatar. Does get himself a little bit of a heal from the ally team. And I think that's going to be a spear. Bash to get thrown into Costanza. Does cloak a shadow so he can actually get away from the spear. I think he still takes dot damage from the spear. Evasion available. Effective can blast through it with overpowers. And Costanza is going to dive into a stealth. Got himself a re-stealth. Even if there's a bleed on this rogue, that shield from stealth is going to keep him nice and healthy. And Effective trying to go for some food. The rogue is not letting him have any kind of eats. Effective has a trinket. The rogue doesn't have Shadow Blades. And the rogue has nothing left. No trinket available. Does open up with the kidney shot. Effective does go for a trinket himself into a stun onto Costanza. Trying to make some damage happen. Has a parry if necessary. Slowing down the banner in case the rogue goes for back-to-back cheap shots to make it basically worth nothing. Costanza tried to see if he could just walk away from the warrior as he's spinning a furious storm to him with a blade storm executes coming out. It looks like he does take out the rogue at the end there, boys. Oh my goodness, the arms were just overpowering a rogue. It's exactly what we want to see. But Splash gonna be up next. It looks like he actually almost got that set up rolling. Big leap for the warrior. Does he have a reflect? He does have a reflect for the cheap eye. Just boots it back to him with the storm bolt and the splats as he goes in for the altar time. And Effective trying to make some effective damage happen to his Splat's going to return himself back to square one though. Combustion coming up. Effective needs someone here. Parry is available. Is that going to be enough? They're trying to make damage happen into the mages. Drop it down and meet you. Warbreaker comes out. Effective does get a charge in. The Splat's health is not looking all that good. Looks like Cauterize does get used. Shatter throw immediately for the ice block into a fear. Splats could use the undead racial to break out of it though. Chooses not to. And going for the soul shape to get away from Effective. Stormbolt does have a trinket for it. And does Effective have a leap. Looks like Effective might have to go for some line to side. G-Pie trying to come out. Does he just let the G-Pie go through it? He doesn't immediately let it go through it. Sharp Blade available. Leaping on top of Splats with Avatar up. Splats super low in health. Does go for Ring of Frost. And it looks like that G-Pie could be all. Effective needs to reflect. Looks like he's just going to go for Execute instead. Needs to take down the Seed. I think the pod damage should be enough for the Warrior. Take it out in literally 2 blows. Man, this warrior is just blasting these boys out of the park. With Christina going to be up next, Effective looks like he's going to pick up the eyes and maybe even go for food. Might decide to go for a feast. Christina's probably going to come out and moonfire him just to interrupt the food, isn't he? Yep. Yes, he is. He's going to do him that dirty, though. Do him dirty like that. He's going to try to see if he can get the opener onto the warrior. Blaze Storm does prevent it. So that's going to be thorns available. Effective is going to root the feral away with the thorns or just walk away from him. Does continue to use rage into ignore pain. Stormbolt onto Christina. He does shrink it out of Effective. Super low on health. Does go for a commanding shout. Has Christina kind of lowish on health. Trinkets out of the root. Charges to Christina. Executes available. Looks like actually what the one. He landed that execute at the very end. I can't believe it. He actually got the execute off. There's no way. There's no way this warrior just was able to blast him like that. Jesus, man. Oh my goodness. This man is just on fire and looks like there's going to be even more fire with a whole fire elemental by Insufferable. Defensive stance is up for Effective. There's going to be primordial bolts flying from Insufferable. Next chance to get something rolling. That's going to be a knockback that just didn't happen. Effective super low on health does go for a parry. Not much you can really do in this situation. It looks like there was a grounding totem drop down from Insufferable or some kind of totem. Effective does recover a little bit of health. Reflect is available in case Insufferable goes for any big damage. Effective just doesn't effectively have much health to work with. That's going to be a hex. Not much you can really do in this situation. Has a fear for Insufferable. That's about all he really has. Probably going to go for a fear immediately. Does go for a fear. Trinkets out of it. Effective just doesn't have much rallying cry available. Does go for a sharp. Let's continue to fight on. And looks like the lasso is going to be the end of him. Barely. Almost. Does go for a Stormbolt. That's going to be it. Through the Kyrian, through the Warlock Hellstone, not much you can really do. That's going to be slow TF. Up next, getting dots up onto Insufferable, making sure to set up a port here as well. Insufferable is going to have to find a way to fight through the rest of the enemy team. Are we going to see a big Deathbolt out on slow TF, trying to go for a fear on Insufferable? Looks like he does not get a kick out of him just yet. Trying to make the dots work. Going to be a grounding totem used from Insufferable. Lasso onto slow TF. Does interrupt him onto the UA. Soul Rod trying to make a play, and it looks like slow TF was a little bit too slow on the draw. Trying to make those dots happen. It's going to be Observer getting someone in order to get interrupts on Insufferable by the looks of it. Trying to hit him with a Shadow Fear around the corner. He needs all the dots with the full pet with a big Death Bolt if he wants to make a play. Hex coming out. Doesn't have a way out of it. No trinket available either. It looks like the pet wasn't able to interrupt him at all either. That could be maybe a big primordial board out Insufferable. Does go for a fear. Trying to get the dots up and running. Fear coming out as we got a little Congo line going on for Team 2. I guess parading for our boy, the warrior. Lasso onto slow TF. Primordial ball flying. Interrupting the fear. Slow TF is not in a good spot. Lots of instant cast coming out. Wall and trying to make the soul rod happen. Does go for a big pet available. Interrupting Insufferable. Deathbolt hits him, but looks like it hit him for almost nothing. Big damage right after the what is going on? What was that? Was that the Deathbolt? It looked like Deathbolt animation happened. Then the damage was super delayed, but slow TF got the Deathbolt off. And the warrior effective proved that Arms War is still an effective class. Out for PvP, even for duels, no healing, no problem. He playing the Kyrian, so he does have himself a self-heal, which is pretty good. It's a Spear of Bastion, quite a good ability to lock people down. Can be used to not let enemies run away from you, or literally root a feral as they're trying to get the teeth and claws onto you. That was really, really cool. I actually enjoyed the hell out of that one, boys. Let's get another one up and running, yeah? Yo, he came back in there, dude. He came back in there, man. Making work happen, dude. Dalaran, need you please? What's up, man? Want to show you what I got sent a friend request. You need to accept it. Please, we want to show you what we got. Okay, hold on. Belly, do I have your adder and real ID? What would I add? Who would I add? What's your real ID? We'll try to get Alex is ready. Cation gotta go to bed soon. I have to go to bed. Okay, he's Donsky. Ren, where 4 people can find a 5th. If we go 4th, try to see if we can find a 5th Ren. Proxy's ready, so we can get Ren versus Proxy. And while I add Belly in here, man. Belly, what do I add? Who do I add, man? What do I add and who do I add, dude? Would it be same as real ID? Same name? We're ready? Okay. Let me do Belly real quick. Gotta go Nagsdale. Love you, homie. Oh, Paul, enjoy yourself, my man. Al Taylor, nice talking to you. Sound good, my dude. Sound good. Belly, Saurus. Okay, did you add me at some point or do I just add you? Let me try to see if I can just add you right now. Hopefully you didn't add me before. Were you not an A? I thought Belly, I thought you were an A for some reason. I was convinced you're an A. Okay, is that right? Belly, SSARIUS. Well, if I didn't add you, then hopefully that's in there. I am going to look through the real ID list because sometimes people add me and I just... Oh, there it is. That works out. That works out. All right, Belly, we got you here. Do you have a group? Is that what we got going on? Never mind, he left. Okay, we're ready now. Okay, Ren will get you versus proxy. EU? Okay, well that works out then. I got you added. Do you have a group? Belly, I'll give you like 30 seconds, my guy, real quick. I know there's a bit of stream delay, but by the time 30 seconds pass, if I don't hear nothing from you, I'm gonna get Ren and proxy. Okay, here we go. Ready? Wait, okay. What kind of... Because proxy and Ren are ready. One left. Uh-oh. Was that fate then? Yo, proxy, I'm gonna have to get Belly in. I know you were basically ready. Okay, well, I'd feel bad not having... Because proxy been waiting for a while. He's been trying to make a group happen for a bit. Proxy, 30 seconds. We'll give you a second to fill up. Just one needed. Proxy's ready. No, he's not. One left. Otherwise, he'll be ready. I'd feel bad not having proxy play. Whether it's gonna be Relly or Ren or Belly versus proxy, it's a 50-50. We'll probably flip a coin, I guess. One guy fast, please. Yeah, real quick. 30 seconds. Otherwise, we'll get Belly versus Ren, and we'll get proxy immediately as soon as he gets a group. We got some pumpers in the group. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Always happy to see some big pumpers in the duels, but also I like variety, man. Wait for so long. Exactly. That's what I want you guys to get in there. That's what I want to get you guys in there, man. Proxy, giving you a bit of time. 30 seconds passed, but I'm giving you a little bit more, man. I'm giving you a little bit more. Also, A-Bomb can't speak in chat for some reason. Who's A-Bomb? Rag Proxy. Yeah, we're trying to get Proxy in one more. I'll join Proxy if he's an A. He's EU, though. He's EU. Tomorrow's NA, boys. Tomorrow we got NA 5v5 1v1 duels. I like this song a lot, by the way. So good. It is so good. Giving it a little bit more. Okay, we really gotta get a duel going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Proxy. Okay, we gotta get a Belly in here. Sorry, Proxy will get you in immediately as soon as we get a group. Okay, unless you get it one up and running while I'm typing the names here. I do want to get you playing. Trying to give you as much opportunity here. Ren T car. Okay. Yeah, 5 anyway. Damn, more people left. What the hell's going on? Team Proxy, you guys don't believe in Proxy, man. Went to sleep. Damn. Well, good night, boys. Good night, New York. All right, let's see who we get up and running here into this duel here, boys. Who do we have? Hopefully I saved that one, by the way. Hopefully I did. Switch. We got ourselves team 1 with Rage. Oh, I know it's Rage, but I like Rage better. We also got ourselves Rick Tigdom? Ricky? We call him Ricky. We got us Menethos as well as Fire, as well as X. Oh my god, why is he looking so angry under the helmet? Looks like vicious. Like really angry. Like what happened? Maybe A-Bomb did something. We got us a Sarath in here as well as Belly with Jesse as well as A-Bomb. It looks like we're missing one on team 1, but hopefully they'll load in. I guess we'll try to see if we can play out a game anyway, boys. Looks like Menethil wants to go up first. Looks like he is kind of itching and ready to play as a Shadow Priest potentially. Looks like he is maybe going to be going up first. I think Jesse might be first up versus him instead. Wait, XO, maybe he's dueling. It's hard to tell. Looks like Menethil is going to be first up as a Shadow Priest. I do like the way that pet looks, or the way the mount looks, by the way. Really good looking mount. Looks like Jesse is going to be first up versus him. A Feral Druid versus the Shadow Priest, opening up onto a Menethil. Taking the damage and the bleeds in the opener. Does go for a stun onto Jesse, however. with a Void Eruption off the bat, just trying to make the cooldowns work here. Jesse doesn't go for a trinket just yet. It looks like we do get a 5th in here. It looks like it is going to be flying in BOTQP. Bot. I guess we'll call him Bot. This is the best way you could do it. Going to be a Cyclone by Jesse onto Metathor. Trinkets out of with the silence onto the Feral Druid. Does get the dots up and rolling. Jesse is going to take a little bit of that pressure from the dots roar onto Metathor. It looks like they're trying to separate from one another. Metathor trying to see if he can get some dots onto Jesse. Jesse trying to go in the opposite direction. Does catch a resell for a second, but it's not going to be enough to keep him in stealth. Doesn't get any shields like Rogues do in stealth, so that's going to make it kind of rough for him. Gonna be a big opener by Metathor. Big damage. Jesse does get a maim and turns around with a big old bites to follow. Stun onto Jesse, trying to make the mind games work. Gonna be a skull bash by Jesse as Metathor has a bunch of haste ready with that PI. Getting the pet up and running with that Shadowfin. Looks like Shadowfin does dissipate. Metathor has a few seconds left on the PI. He isn't able to really maximize any kind of damage off it. The Shadow Crash does connect, keeping Jesse in combat. Looks like Metathor is going to go for Door of Shadows, trying to see if he can get next to Jesse. Might be able to make something work here. Potentially, maybe. So Jesse is going to catch himself a full reset instead. And it looks like it's going to be opener by the Druid. Metathor does have some cooldowns coming up very, very soon. That is one thing that's cool about Shadowbase is generally short CDs on everything. Offensives and defensives. Generally squishy. Generally does good damage. I would say the defensives are very impactful. The offensives are strong. Offensives not as necessary. I feel like Shadow Fiend is quite a bit of damage, but not an insane amount of damage. Convoke coming out. Metathor does go for a disperse. It looks like Jesse got himself big offensives ready. With Cyclone into Metathor, not letting him recover any health while dispersed into a Cyclone. Looks like he's just gonna go for a reset yet again. Metathor, he's got himself some Shadowmans, trying to catch up on a little bit of health. It looks like maybe an opener by Jesse, but looks like it's going to be stun reset by Metathor with the mind games right after. Void from to follow. Jesse trying to make a cyclone happen with a silence right after. Jesse under a lot of pressure. Can't even heal themselves. Mind Blast flying by Metathor and Jesse. It's under quite a lot of pressure. Waited out for the Mind Blast. Does have himself the Frenzied Regeneration while inside a bear form, letting him recover quite a bit of health worth of damage, which is pretty strong by itself. It doesn't even have any kind of like negative effects of like, it doesn't even have any caveats of based on how much damage you took, it recover health. No, it's just a portion of your health. You're just gonna end up recovering him. And it ends up being quite a lot every single time. Cycle trying to come out for Jesse, stopping Metathor in its wake, as Metathor doesn't really have a short CD on a silence whatsoever. Metathor does go for a big Shadow Crash. Stun to Jesse. PI is available for the Shadow Priest. Has Mind Blast ready to follow. Jesse knows he can't really heal himself. Can't even heal with a silence to follow. Gonna be a Shadow Priest boarding around the corner. Just into the Shadowboard. Death to end it there. But Jesse does get a wall rolling here while low on health. ZPs are accumulating. Jesse is going to be under quite a lot of pressure here. DP as well as the dots wrecking and tearing right through him. Not going to let him catch a reset, or at least unlikely, as Metathor does have plenty of pressure on the guy every time he gets the dots rolling. But one thing Jesse does have that Metathor doesn't is mobility. So Jesse can kind of just dance around Metathor. Metathor just can't chase after him behind boxes or anything like that. It's going to be opened up by the Feral. By now, maybe Convoke should be available very, very soon, though. Skull Bash on the Metathor. Does he have the Convoke to follow up? Does he have the damage to follow? He's trying to make those shreds work, but looks like he doesn't have enough for a bite. And Barskin is available as Metathor goes in for a Void Eruption. Jesse does Shadow Mill for a second. Roar onto Metathor. Hits him with a silence to follow him. And Jesse tucks tails and runs, trying to go for a little bit of a regrowth to separate away from Metathor and catch up on health. Shadow Crash around the corner doesn't actually tag him. Doesn't move the needle when it comes to that health bar. At least not yet. And Metathor and as well as Jesse are probably going to have to go for just a long game, because Jesse just going to go for those resets. He just needs to find a nice... Oh, what? Oh, it looks like he went up and didn't get the opener properly. Very unfortunate. Metathor trying to get the dots up and running. It's going to be a big old main Convoke coming out, and Metathor does have a disperse for the Convoke. Convoke bites are going to do quite a bit of damage to Metathor, but the bleeds is what really going to do some damage afterwards. Is the after effect that he can get rolling afterwards. Fear onto Jesse for a second. Does not have a trigger for a bit. Mind games onto Jesse. Does go for a self-heal. Better not go for any kind of bear self-heal anytime soon. Does have Berserk active here. Silence onto Jesse. Does have himself friends in regen. I don't believe that's a spell technically. Shadow Crash, I think, does connect. PI available for Marathon. If he can only get next to Jesse and get a Shadow War Death in there, he'll be in a good spot. Does go for the dots, but not Shadow War Death. He sees that execute potential. He almost has it. Jesse goes on for a little bit extra health increase into a Cyclone onto Marathon. No trick available for the Shadow Priest. Looks like he's gonna end up getting CC'd and he's gonna have to go again. But Jesse poking back out in the open. He actually has put himself out in the open like a target. And Menatho has a stun ready for him. Does he have a silence? He does not have a silence. Shadow War Death. Does he have a DP? Says also no. Try to regrowth and Shadow Wave Shadows. Might have the pressure to follow right after. Does go for a Shadow War Death. This wasn't enough. Trying to land a Cyclone on the Shadow Priest. Does get himself a heal somehow. And there goes a Friends and Regen by the bear form. 6 minutes into this duel, 7% dampening is not enough to really pressure either one of them. But it looks like Marathon just has crazy potential damage on Jesse, and Jesse just almost barely survives it. Any more dampening is just going to make it impossible for Jesse to really recover. But looks like the Pharaoh does have the reset, can go for a bit of a redo here, wait for his cooldowns to come back and come in when he is ripe and ready. Fear onto Jesse. Does he go for a trinket? He does. Skull Bash onto Marathon. Marathon now could lock him down. Unless Jesse has a big go here. Vampiric Embrace available for Manathon. Does have Disperse for the next Convoke, so you should be in a good spot right now. Mind Games is going to come out. Jesse, as long as you don't heal yourself, you'll be in a good spot. Trying to go for a Cyclone onto Manathon. Does silence him. And that's going to be a read-out from Manathon. Doesn't really go in for the big damage just yet. Shadow Crash does go for Greater Fade away to fade away from the Cyclone. Manathon landing, get hit with another Maim Convoke, comes out. Jesse does get those Convokes, but every time into it, Disperse just doesn't really have damage outside of Convokes by the looks of it. Or not a lot of damage outside of Convokes, really. Manathon shielding himself, doing okay on health for now, unless Jesse all of a sudden just gets a massive crit bite out of nowhere. DPs are getting set up on the Feral Manathon. Not a lot of insanity really available for those DPs. That's a PI. Actually dropping kind of low on health. Looks like maybe Jesse might have it. Manathon trying to turn this around. All the instant casts are getting used. Manathon kind of low himself though. Fear onto Jesse. Mind Games right after. Should be able to heal himself right now. Jesse would just end up doing damage to Manathon instead. Silence onto Jesse. It looks like Manathon might have it. Manathon actually got crazy low. Jesse actually was doing quite a bit of damage, but looks like out of the frying pan into the oven with Sarath up next. From one Feral into the next, it looks like Ricky is gonna be up next with a Radiant Spark Fire Mage Combustion coming out with a Meteor. Oh, one shot! He actually one shot Sarath! The Meteor actually obliterated him. What was that? Oh my god, he literally one shot the Feral. What was that? That was the fourth hit of that Kyrian ability. The fourth hit being a Meteor that's combusted, 40% more damage, 100% crit. Just complete martyrdom. Oh my god, that was insane. Belly up next. Fear onto Ricky. Is going to go for a Warbreaker with a Blaze Storm, but looks like he's actually not going to be able to catch up to Ricky. What is this shadow effect that he has around him? That was kind of cool looking. Ricky goes in for a breath while he gets interrupted into a Nova. Belly just can't catch up to him at all though. He's getting the stuns. But while he's far away, just not working out for him at all. This is going to be Belly getting hit in a Polymorph while Avatar is available. And looks like Ricky's just going to wait it out. Does he have another setup? Does he have another setup with the Kyrian? Looks like he has the Meteor back up. Radiant Spark is up. Looks like Radiant Spark actually didn't go through. Meteor coming in. Breath. And Belly getting hit with a Meteor. Was that Kyrian Wombo combo part of it? Does have a Fireball reflected back to Ricky, but Ricky not doing that bad at all. Does get a knockback from Belly. It's going to be a Stormbolt that he does go for a Trinket into Alter Time as well. And Belly just doesn't really have a lot of health to work with here. I think it might be over. Does have a Warbreaker onto Ricky. Ricky didn't lose too much health, but is going to get a shield, so that's going to be lots of health recovery. Belly kind of low on health though. Does have a parry. Definitely needs to find a perfect opportunity to use that parry. Ricky has combustion back up. I think Ricky is playing the build where every fireball lets you get combustion back faster and faster. He's literally fishing for combust. The Belly is playing the Ventier Warrior, so he does have the big condemns. Could be big damage. Does maybe turn something around against Ricky. Ricky knocking him back for a moment. That's going to be shields back up. Belly needs those condemns to slap. Needs those condemns to really make effort. Ricky does go for fireballs. I think he's just trying to take out Belly without having to commit too much damage. Yo, if only Belly could get an opener and get big condemn slamming into Ricky, that would have been massive damage at the beginning. Bot is going to be up next. Ricky trying to see if he can live from bot. He's going to try to go for the Kyrian setup as a fire mage with the Radiant Spark. Looks like the Ice Block does come out before the Cauterize comes in. So Ricky isn't going to have the Ice Block, which is a pretty big defensive kind of gone. Ring of Peace is going to boop him out of the way, trying to get the Arcane Dami rolling onto bot. Incap does come out. Does he get it off? It looks like bot is actually going to back out. I think bot is extremely sus of the damage that Ricky can do. Extremely sus of it. Doesn't want to do it. Doesn't want to let the Radiant Spark even happen. Interrupting Radiant Spark out of all the abilities. Does go for Ring of Frost. Looks like might actually CC bot. Looks like that's going to happen. Might need a Karma for this. Might need a Karma this immediately. It's going to have a Karma as that meteor does do a lot of damage. Actually burning through the Karma of a bot. Bot is not in a good spot. So is Ricky. Does go for all the time. Bot sustaining himself for a little bit. Needs himself more healing. Ricky does recover a lot of health all the time. Incap onto Ricky for a second. Pyroblast and Phoenixes keep flying. Looks like he actually has a lot of pressure. Does go for a breath onto bot. Doing a piece, knocking the mage back. Rolling next to the mage leg sweep. That's going to be a chicken for Ricky. Does a bot super low. This is from a global. This is going to be Cauterize available. This is the Pyroblast. Phoenix comes in and Ricky, not in a great spot. His south is actually burning out. Shields available though. And only A-bomb left on the enemy team was a Frost DK. Trying to make the big plays onto Ricky. Looks like he's just trying to make some obliterates happen. Just make some obliterate slam in. Is he going for, was that a Frost Strikes, I guess? It looks like he is going to take down the mage. Going to be big damage out of EXO. Going for the aim shots. Getting yoinked in by the DK with a stun. On, oh, no, maybe not a stun. It looks like the enemy team Rage is getting gripped in. The A-bomb limb can't help it. A-bomb limb can literally not help it. And that's going to be A-bomb super low. Does go for a death pact. EXO going for a turtle shell. Looks like the hunter just trying to turn the damage around onto A-bomb. It looks like it's going to have the kill shots ready. You see Scarpal aim shots, and that's going to be over. Wow. The burst out of this team, man. The burst he plays out of these teams have been kind of nutty. Yo, I think Team 2, we need to get him back in there, dude. A lot of the dudes didn't really get a chance to play. Ricky with the one-shots, dude. Let's go. Actually crazy. What's up, Pink Headed, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Let's get another one running, dude. I think it was Team Ren, right? Proxy, we got to throw you against Team Ren, dude. I think it's fair. And we'll get Belly versus Alex. Unless Cajun is ready. We can probably get Belly and Alex in here, because Alex, I mean, his team got to play a bunch at the beginning, and now I just feel like they've been almost abandoned. Papa didn't abandon you, boys. I'm still here. Oh my god. Even I was the wrong spec. Oh no. Frostiman, or who are you? Which one were you? Because some of you guys have like different names in chat, different names in game. The Thomas Grande, I could only imagine who that was, part of that team. Ren Tikar. Let's get Ren and Proxy. Proxy finally got a chance to play, dude. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Yeah, the DK. That was just unfortunate, man. I mean, he came in and it was like mage. Not that bad. But then a hunter with a resonating shot and got into the double tap opener. Like, that was just a lot of damage at the beginning. Like, it's just going to be rough at the beginning, right? Have a team ready, Horde? All right. We got to get Tricky Owl in here next, boys, okay? Tricky, remind me about it, okay? Remind me, at me, just tag me in the chat. Let me know that you are ready after this, okay, boys? Alrighty. Help me out here, man. Help me. Help me. Alright, switch. We got ourselves Team 1 with Proxy as a fire mate. Oh, lucky mug. Well, it looks really good. Is that Kata or Wrath? I think it's the Wrath, right? I want to say that's Wrath. Looks good. We also got ourselves... What? SPLEFX Leaf, we call him Leaf, playing that sub rogue. We got ourselves here also Catalyst as a demonology warlock with Alfera as a demon hunter, and Masterfoot. Where's Masterfoot at? There he is, boys. There's Masterfoot. Where's this Team 1? We got our Team 2. We got ourselves EXO gonna be first up on that team. We got Manatha, we got a Rage, we got ourselves Fire, we got ourselves Ricky, we'll call him Ricky. It's going to be Leaf versus RXO. Going to go for oh, missing the body shot. That was Tricky for Tricky being burned. The scatter shot was used by EXO. Opener was used by Leaf. And Leaf is just continuing to blast damage with big backstabs. While Shadowlands is active. EXO trying to make some damage here. Rapid fire coming out. Needs more aim shots. It's going to be evasion available for Leaf. Not letting the rogue catcher re-stealth with the flare. It looks like the Rogue is looking for a bit of a reset. Does get a slow onto the pet. Resident Agent shot available for RXO, and Leave gonna take a bit of that aim shot damage. Oh, as the Vanish comes out at the end. Took a lot of hits there with a rapid fire big aim shot. XO is quick on the draw, boys. Didn't let him get away that easily. The Rogue had the opener and everything too. I'm surprised. He couldn't really do that much more damage. I mean, XO did trinket. Did force the trick out of the Rogue. An early Vanish would have been better. If the Rogue vanishes and you got hit by a resonating arrow, do you still see him? Is it like Spectral Side for Demon Hunter for a bit? Does it? Do you? Or is that not a thing? I actually wonder. It looks like RXO is going to get some damage onto Proxy as he's rounding the bend. Fire Breath onto XO as he's going for a bit of rapid fire, and XO not in a good spot as that is a full combustion ready. Does he have the pet sack available for this? Pet sack would be very helpful. It's going to go for a feign death for a second, gets himself a shield, and it's going to go for another sipping up from Club Penguin. I heard the guy call these little Curie dudes Club Penguin the other day. It was the funniest thing I ever heard. Oh my god. Resonant shot not connecting, but Proxy is gonna XO is gonna end up kiting Proxy into it. At least is gonna have the explosive shot. Looks like explosive shot. You can get hit by scatter shot, and explosive shot still does its thing. Kind of crazy. Not gonna lie, kind of crazy. Pyroblast flying onto XO as Proxy just needs a little bit of more damage. It's gonna be a binding shot onto Proxy as XO needs himself a bit of a reset. It's gonna be a feign death. Does he get a camo? As long as his pet doesn't have any dots, camo does come out, and Proxy is to find, does walk into a freezing shot, but looks like XO is going to end up getting himself a bit of a reset. Going over to the enemy team, doing a little bit of a wave, maybe to Master Fruit or one of the friends he knows over there. One of the guys maybe he saw in the duels, but looks like XO is trying to make Marksman work here. Clark Penguin, really? Yeah. I don't know why it was so funny. The Owl Boys, man. The Owl Boys and girls. I do like owls, though. I really like owls as an animal. It's gonna be Boxy getting hit with explosive shots, but looks like the shields are still holding. Is Boxy playing the triple shield? He has to be, right? He has to be. XO does poke around, is gonna get a resonant shot onto Boxy, is gonna take a lot of damage. Rapid fire is gonna come out. Does have ult in time for it? Does he ult in time at the right time? He does, as the kill shot was midair. He ult in time as the kill shot was about to end him. Another rapid fire after that scattered shot. Just started to continue to see chains onto Boxy. Combust available for the mage. Does XO has much? He did go for a feign death. Does give himself a lot of heals back up. It's going to be a big old aim shot available right after, though. Boxy is actually still under a lot of pressure, even though he's the one with combustion. It looks like it's going to be maybe an ice block by the mage. Does go for the ice block. If only he had the shields available for the cauterize, and then he could have cauterized one time, ice block the other. It looks like XO does go for a Kyrian heal pretty early on. Feign death for a second, trying to strip all the buffs from Poxy as he has double tar trap circling, making a Venn diagram here. Poxy, I think he tried to go for a, I guess, Ring of Frost. Shift and power available, so you might be able to get some cooldowns back faster. Maybe he can get defenses back faster, like shields. And it's going to be XO taking a bit of damage. Just feign death for a second there. Meteor is going to come out. Does get a Nova onto XO. Scatter shot does get traded. And XO needs some help here. He doesn't really have a lot of help to work with. Big resonant shot available. Doesn't have to go for a turtle here. Has a lot of potential damage, but he can't do much with it. All the time available for Poxy as he gets hit with the freezing trap. It looks like XO is going to back out. Goes for a rapid fire. Does get a couple of those shots flying from afar, but he doesn't have infinite range of Poxy. He's trying to get himself some food. Poxy charging in. Mounted up, ready to go. Blinking around the corner. That's going to be scattered shot by XO. Backing up yet again. Not a lot of defenses really available. Does get a root onto Poxy though. With a biting shot. Is going to end up biting him at some point. The Phoenix and the Mastery of Flames are burning. Poxy taking a lot of damage from those rapid fires though. By the looks of it. He's trying to see if he can freeze the pet. He's actually trying to see if he can freeze the pet. XO, I don't know if he's able to get himself a reset or anything, maybe food. Pyroblast are burning into him though. That's not good. Does go for a feign death. Does he go for a camo? Trying to make himself some H-food happen. Almost has exhilaration available. Used to wait until exhilaration. Does get himself the sippy cup from the Kyrian. And trying to make himself some more food. Some quick chow to eat and chow down before he needs to continue this arduous battle. Does he have any defenses here? Feign death for a second. Acceleration is available. Rapid fire back epoxy. Resonant shot connecting. Could go for big damage. Double tap available. Into a big aim shot. Big aim shot damage in epoxy though. Explosive shot taking him out. His alter time couldn't even alter the fate of that mage. And EXO landing himself into a camo. That lock and load proc was huge just now. That was massive. Looks like Catalyst is going to be up next as the Demonology Warlock. Got his fed up and running. Did he pick up the eyes? He did not. Waiting for EXO, I guess. Damn. Was that defensive? 0% crit. With EXO, that is pet sack. That's always been in the game, as far as I remember. Pet sack. Your pet is going to sacrifice itself, taking the crits that the master takes. And if you go for combustion, I mean, all that damage goes to the pet instead. You know what I mean? What's your nameplate addon? That's actually a vanilla addon by Blizzard. That's not my nameplate addon at all. There's going to be Catalyst sending the pet over at EXO. It's just trying to kind of veer around the corner. He does get hit with a stun. Does he interrupt the Tyrant? Looks like the Tyrant does come out. EXO is going to have to go for feign death. Was in a resonant shot right after. Mortal Coil CCing him. It looks like the Tyrant is going to do quite a bit of damage. Blasting EXO with a drain life. It looks like Catalyst taking him out. You have the Marksmanship Hunter doing a bit of damage. Fire coming out. Looks like a Tyrant actually is going to blast him a little bit. The pets are up. Tricky coming out. Catalyst does go for Reflect versus that G-Pie. Bouncing back to Fire. And looks like the Fire is going to take the fire damage back to himself. That Trinket being burned by Catalyst is a very bold move. Hopefully pays off. Stun onto Fire. Was that a double stun? No, he does get interrupted. Either way. Fear onto Fire. Does ice block it. Maybe an early ice block, but maybe he's thinking of dampening. He's like 40%. Maybe use it early. Maybe I'll be okay. Ice block and maybe go for shit and power. Get the ice block back faster. Maybe that's a play. Great power level. So it looks like it's going to connect unless Catalyst has a stun for it. It looks like that is going to connect either way. Meteor to follow. Does have a wall ready. Catalyst landing a Mortal Coil to Fire, running him out with the Fear to follow. Needs to get himself some resources though to deal with the mage. But you know what? Decided. He got combustion. I might as well line of sight. Reset. Just do my thing. Catch up on health. Get some cooldowns back. There's no rush. This man got a lot of damage for me. Which makes sense. There's no point of playing against a fire mage that has a big combustion ready. And it looks like Fire is trying to go for fireballs. Is it trying to fish for a combustion? Or is he just stacking the pets just to get some procs for Fire Blast later or Pyro Blast later? Because it might be finishing for combustion. Stun by Catalyst, getting a Tyrant really early without any other pets. Looks like it's going to be all the time available for Fire. The Tyrant is still going to get some slaps in there. Is he getting combustion back faster with the fireballs? Looks like he doesn't. Maybe he does? It's hard to tell. I think he barely got a lot of those fireballs in. Catalyst is just kind of trying to weir around the corner, trying to make as much damage happen to Fire. He's going to go for that shift in power. Should be able to get combustion back very, very soon, hopefully. As Catalyst is going to get some slows on him, try to make those demon bolts work. They do connect, but Catalyst needs to turn those demon bolts into some real demons in order to make some damage happen. Vafin coming out around the corner. Fire getting stunned and also going to get interrupted on fire damage. That's going to be a second stun right after with a hand to go down. Actually, Catalyst decides against it. Looks like maybe those pets might be enough. Fire does blink quite a far distance away. Does get the shields back up and running. It looks like he does have the fireballs that do get combustion back faster. He just hasn't really been able to get a lot of those fireballs off. But he does have combustion, does have Meteor. Once it makes some damage happen, Catalyst is aware, most likely aware that he has something ready, as Fire just running at him headstrong. And if he can only get some of those pets attacking Fire, nibbling at his health bar while there's no shields, he'll be in a good spot. All the time is going to allow Fire a lot of CDs back, coming back. Just give him a little bit of time, a little bit of recovery. Soul Rod coming out for Catalyst. Fire trying to blink in for a big breath. Doesn't make it. It looks like his combustion go is kind of ruined. I think he might have to go again. Unless he just charges in. Doesn't have a shield. Not really looking good on health. Cauterized might come out here. Shift and power coming out. And he's going to get himself shields at least back up. Shields available for the Cauterized, but the Cauterized is going to burn. You only have set amount of health right now, Fire. That's also more pets coming around the corner. It better make a move ASAP. Missing the breath again. No, super unfortunate. I don't know what's going on. Fire's having a bit of a malfunction though as a fire mage. And I think Catalyst might have enough damage here to break through this pod. Potentially. Demonology, does he have enough? He doesn't. Fire has another go. A second chance. Stun around the corner. Does he have an opportunity? Ultra time available. Can ultra time back to get his health back? Does he have the shields? He does have the shields. One more fire breath. He just needs one more dragon's breath. And he'll be in a good spot, blinking away from the Warlock. The pet's chasing after him, and Viz does come out. Almost breaks. Actually, doesn't break the line inside of the pets. The shields do allow him to catch the proper invis. Fire has at least one more go. One more breath. One more shot, one more opportunity. Mom Spaghetti, the whole thing. The whole jambalaya. Got himself images. That should help him with a bit of the damage he takes. The shields also should help with the damage he takes. Fire better not make a mistake here. Getting stunned. Does he have a trinket for it? Does he have a blink? Anything? Breath connects. Does he have the big combustion? Does he have a go? Landing a poly, getting G-Pie. The pets are burning right through him. G-Pie couldn't even leave his fingertips. The pets just were wrecking him. Very unfortunate. That's so unfortunate because I've watched him struggle, dude. I feel for him. Rage up next. As a Fury Warrior, big Spear of Bastion onto Catalyst, trying to make the damage happen. Stun onto Rage. Does get himself a Tyrant with wall being used. That's going to port available for Catalyst. Tyrant is going to do some damage to Rage. Does go for a fear on all the pets, separating them away. Shouldn't have to deal with those pets for quite a while. Tyrant still loading up another blast. One more shot. Second shot. Does the Tyrant have a third one in him? Looks like Tyrant doesn't have a third one in him. Short stun onto Rage. Is just trying to walk over to Catalyst. Getting hit with slows and everything. Turn the attention to the pets. Does have the bloodthirst to deal with the pets little by little. Can at least turn around and get some health back from him. We are at 11 minutes into the duel. Almost 12 with 41% dampener, boys. That's a lot of dampening here. Catalyst using Soul Shape just to stay away from Rage. Rage is a connect. Make those rampages glow. It is to make those rampages glow red hot steel. Upon Catalyst, that's all he needs. And so far he just hasn't been able to catch up. Warlock's one of the more slower classes, became so mobile, especially if you play Night Fade. It's actually incredible. As Catalyst letting all those pads at Rage, probably has a gateway available. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Finally, Rage able to get some damage to the Catalyst Blades are out to try to deal with the stuns in case this come out. Catalyst taking a little bit of damage. Rage might have enough damage rolling here very, very soon for a big setup. Interrupting Catalyst on Shadow, which should be pretty good. Catalyst still can go for some damage here. Spear of Bastion doesn't reflect for the fear. Catalyst actually in a bad spot. Seed pod coming out. If Rage could just burn through the seed pod, he doesn't have to fight. The Warlock against stoned by the pet. Might give him opportunity here. Doesn't give him enough, does he? No. Rage has enough here, man. Rage had enough damage. Alfera up next, I think, as a Demon Hunter, that's Night Fade too. Might just be able to go for a big one shot into Rage. Get in the eye beam. Is he Night Fade? I think he is. Try to see if he might be able to get a one stun. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. Onto Rage. Rage does go for Rage Regeneration. Does he have a charge here? Zerk Rage, does he get a charge to heal? Leap? Nope, not enough. Gonna be poured for Alfera. Into the hunt. Does go for the big hit onto Rage, and Rage does go down. I feel like Alfera could have just opened up with a hunt. Honestly, I feel like you could have just done that. Ricky gonna be up next. Where's Ricky? There he goes, going for a big setup. Does the Meteor connect? Does the Meteor connect? I don't think he ever used Meteor. I don't think he used Meteor. Ring of Frost at Alfera doesn't stop him. And Alfera try to see if he can belch to clear any kind of buffs from Ricky. Alfera might actually be able to turn around. That's some Metamorphosis. That should be quite a lot of self-heals. Ricky is losing health quite rapidly. The images are going to help slow Alfera down. It looks like Alfera is going to turn around and start attacking the images, which is exactly what Ricky wanted. That's free fireballs for him. Not doing damage, but again, combustion's back faster and faster. Look at that combustion. Stun onto Ricky. Does Alfera have enough? The blades are spinning. Ricky does blink away. But the Demon Hunter does have plenty of mobility. If only he had the hunt right now. Icebug coming out. Ricky did not want to have Cauterize and Icebug overlap together. So that's going to be the Icebug coming out. If only Alfera can last long enough until Hunt is available, he'll literally be able to one-shot Ricky. Take him out of this game immediately. Try to cleanse or remove any kind of buffs that Ricky has. Another Radiant Spark coming out does stop it. I think the Radiant Spark might have still made a play. Does he have the Meteor's last hit? Looks like he doesn't. Ricky does have Ultra Time coming out for the Cauterize. It's going to probably Ultra Time him back up to full health. What? No! It actually did the opposite. It Ultra Timed him to a low health. It Ultra Timed him back when he had low health. Hunt coming out into Menatha. Tricky coming out for Alfera. Trying to make the Hunt heal him, but it's going to be a stun by Menatha. Does have the pod. Does Menatha have enough damage for the pod? Looks like he does realize he needs to blast through the pod. Mind Blast. Does he have enough? He probably should. Maybe he does. Oh my god. Ricky. He ultra timed while low health. Cauterize gave him back health. And as he was coming back, he ultra timed when he had even less health. And Cauterize still ticking on him. Super, super unfortunate. Master Fruit is going to be up next. A balanced druid versus Menatho. The duel is coming down to caster versus caster. What expansion is this? Normally this is just a melee fiesta, but it's actually coming down to caster versus caster duels are the last one. Masterford getting some dots on the meta though. Is he gonna do the same thing Catalyst did last time? Is he gonna do the same thing Kata did? Just rot him down and just come out and Star Surge him out of stealth? That was hilarious, by the way, when that happened. Combo coming out, does get interrupted in the meta though. Diz gonna go for a disperse, as Masterford had lots of damage ready. But looks like with the mind games that he actually might have hurt himself in the mind games. He hurt himself in the confusion, trying to swap over to the Druid Fear onto the balance as Menethor trying to get his damage up and running. Masterford does have Menethor quite low. Silence onto Masterford though. Does he have any health recovery? He does have some at 67% dampener though. It's not a lot of health recovery. But he's going to be able to get some regrowths. Menethor got plenty of self heals rolling though. Masterford needs some kind of a play here. Needs to get the dots and just kite Menethor around, I think. Wait until he has some cooldowns available as well. Potentially does go into stealth. A little bit unfortunate with that Typhoon. It looks like Menethor taking him out. I think that Typhoon was maybe a bit of a misplay, but I could be wrong. Damn, we had some really good duels there, man. Catalyst. And XO, dude, making the marksman on still work. It's so good. What's up with Jix anyway, man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Let's get Tricky Owl in here for the next duel. Yeah, he gotta play, man. He got as a group. He's gotta get a chance to play. Alrighty, boys. Yo, let me get Tricky in here. Let me add you if I haven't already. Or if you added me, let me know you're adding me. And I'll look for you. Alex to new. Belly, we're ready. I think we're gonna have to get Belly in here, man. Tricky Owl. Because Alex got to play a ton. Belly, I think I got to play once, maybe? I could be wrong. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he only got to play a couple times. But I could be wrong. Tricky Owl. Already here. Let me see if you added me. Okay, works out. Message me, Tricky, that you're ready. That you have 5-man. And we'll get you either versus Alex or Belly. One of those two. Ready to go again? Red, I know you are. I know you are. Dala with me, Belly. Alright, cool. I could probably do that. Yeah, I'm thinking get Belly in because Alex, I mean, Alex didn't really get a lot of variety of teams he got to play against and his team got to play. But at least I got to play a bit. I mean, let's get Belly in and we'll probably get one more after if we do one. Tricky, you good? Ready to go. This potentially could be our last game for the night, boys. I know we probably have enough time to get at least one more in. But I have a bit of a headache. I haven't got to eat anything today. I literally haven't got to eat any food today, so I'm getting a bit of a headache. I was trying to make sure I get the video up and running and the stream set up, and I had food next to me, and I was trying to get it get it done as fast as I could. I just couldn't eat, so I haven't eaten anything at all today. So probably after this might be the last one. I'll get food. I'll probably just chill for a bit, you know. I'm starting to feel a little bit lightheaded, but not in a bad way, where I feel like it's bad for my health yet. But it's starting to get there. Tricky and Belly, make sure you guys are online on Real ID. Okay, cool. Cool. I can come on more for fun. Yeah, if we do one more. I want to do one more after Plax. Oh, man. I'll see how I'm feeling, boys. How does that sound? I'll see how I'm feeling. Finished Torghast on a monk, 1 week old, 60 finished Torghast, 200 arm level. Finished campaign. Wait, you got the finished Torghast on a monk, 1 week old? Oh, wait, you already did the Torghast? Oh, man, I gotta do Torghast still. That's awesome, man. Multiple level 10 keys done. Let's go, dude. That's huge. You got a bunch of 10s on a monk? That's amazing, dude. That's nutty. Huge. One more after this blocks. We'll see, boys. We'll see. We'll see. My head really does hurt, though. It really hurts. So, you know, don't overdo it, Dal. You gotta do what you gotta do. That's what I was thinking. Oh, Telerion joining the fights. Oh, 2 warriors on 1 team. That's awesome. We got Belly in here as well. Let's go. We'll see how I'm feeling after this one, boys. How does that sound? We'll see how I'm feeling after this one. Okay, cool. Switch. We got ourselves Team 1 with Lolsup. I like that hat, by the way. We also got ourselves Maxes here as... Oh my god, what is going on here? It's just anything and everything as a Retribution Paladin. We got Effective over here with Telerion as the Night Fae Warrior with Tricky Owl as a Fire Mage versus Team 2. We got ourselves Monspur as a Retribution Paladin with a nice tabard. I like this purple thing he's got going on. Belly here. Oh, Taking off the helm. Nice little haircut here. He's got himself a nice crown. What a champ. Jesse on that team as well as Bot, as well as A-Bomb coming out as a more Frost 2-hand. Okay, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how that goes. Bot gonna be first up as a monk. It looks like Max is gonna be meeting him in the battles. Try to see if you might be able to get some pretty damage here on his side with a judgment. Hey, Mog is still can't get over it. It's literally anything and everything getting put on at once. If this guy goes for a 1v5, it'll be very interesting to put him on a thumbnail. It'd be very specific pieces that I would need to look for. I'm actually just trying to circle around him just to make sure I get a good look at what each one of these pieces are. I think I get a majority of it. Bot, though, is going to be getting an opener onto Max's into Lex Ship immediately. This is go for damage. Looks like Max's is going to get himself big old Seraphim rolling, but not going to be able to do much with that Seraphim as Bot going to bail out of there immediately. Has himself a nice setup, but looks like Seraphim doesn't last long at all. So not having that together with Wings is going to put him behind, I think, a little bit. Going to be a disarm on Max's as he goes for a Hodge with the Bot, but at least Max's didn't commit too much damage besides that one Seraphim. Bot getting a big old kicks onto Max. Is a massive crit on that with Shield of Venus available for the Retribution Paladin, and Bot is going to bail out of there immediately. That's going to be Ring of Peace to keep Pally at bay. I keep swapping to the wrong person. I'm so sorry. I keep swapping to the wrong people. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to do that on purpose. Probably give some of you guys like a whiplash a little bit. Max is taking a little bit of damage though. Bot going in for big damage. His image is available. Bob coming down for Max's, and Bot taking a bit of damage himself actually. Max has got himself wings rolling. Just can't really catch up to the monk. The monk has still weapons of order, so has still lots of damage available. Trinket available for Max's. That's gets hit with a disarm. Zuen available. Bot getting hit with a stun. Does have a karma available. Max is taking a lot of damage. Looks like the Ward of Glory spam is coming out by the Paladin. Just needs a little bit of resources to make it happen. Bot did commit a lot of damage and a pretty big defensive just now. Max is still holding on to a bubble. It might be a bubble out of the Paladin. Ward of Glory keeping him alive for now though. Max is still under a lot of pressure. Could turn around into a bot anytime though. If he has a Hodge, next Hodge is probably going to be deadly. It looks like flashlights are coming out from Max's. Bot backing out for a second. Probably going to tuck his tail for a minute. Get himself a bit of a reset. Is going to use the ports, incaps, everything he can to catch up on health. He just needs the health bar right now. He just needs that meaty green monk health bar. As soon as he can get that up and running full, he'll be in a good position. Max is going in with a Hodge. Does he go for a setup? He goes in for a massive damage with a final verdict. While available for Bot, it looks like he's going to try to see if he can get the hell out of there. Does go for a leg sweep onto Max's. An overlap to disarm too. Probably not a good idea for him to overlap the both of them. Ring of Peace doesn't really boop in the right direction. Bot having to turn around to the other side immediately. Still looking for that recovery. Max is just to connect with Bot for just a second. I think it might be over as the Paladin does have a pretty major advantage here so far. Mounting up to see if he might be able to catch up. Bot does mount up as well. And it looks like if Max's doesn't go for a slow, Bot can just run him. He has the images available or port available here. Can port away from Max's anytime he needs to. Max's lands a slow. Does he go for a Hodge? I don't think Bot has anything available for the Hodge. Human Racial not available, only Relentless. Disarm as Max is trying to make some damage happen. He's gonna have to wait it out. Shield of Vengeance available. Bot get hit with a Hodge as Max is having any big damage here. Looks like he's setting up something. Does get Seraphim. Maybe big damage to follow. Hammers flying. Bot does have Diffuse Magic. More hammers needed for Max's. Bot does cross so much of the range right now. Judgment connects, but Diffuse Magic was up to stop the holy damage from doing the most damage. And it's going to be that karma for Bot. Really early karma. Max's could bubble it if he wants to, but he doesn't have to. He's just going to throw judgments back at Bot as Bot doesn't play good karma. He does not play good karma. So he's not going to get any kind of healing from that karma, which is going to put him behind. So you have to go for a lot of vivifies himself. Max is actually getting pressured a bit. Zuen is going to do a lot of damage. Does Max have anything to follow up here? He does have defenses. And he does have wings. Bubble coming out. Bot did get a pretty major defense out of him. Can Max is maximize the bubble right now with wings. Looks like Bot is just going to move to another zip code altogether. Zipping away with a bunch of vivifies flowing to get himself up and running. Max's did use a big defense just now. Bubble down, Bob down, chicken available. Chill Adventures coming up very soon. Wings hasn't really been able to maximize his wings, I don't think. Except maybe for a bit of a self-heal. So Bot is getting those big defenses on Max's little by little. Showing us that it is possible to be paladins. They're not completely Not complete monsters. They're just unbeatable. And I don't really know what that was. They just kind of chased after each other. Maxis switched direction and bot just kind of chilled. Maybe he was trying to go for in-cap and then maybe it was some DC, some lag. Disarmament to Maxis. Maxis is staying mounted even though he's slowed. Stick a beating from bot. Probably going to be a leg sweeper after. Yep, there goes leg sweep. Dust over chicken for it. Hodge on the bot. There's going to be human racial available for bot though. And Maxis with a Shield of Vengeance. The Shield of Vengeance is going to get split between all those images unless Maxis gets some kind of big damage on it. Bot does have Karma very, very soon. Maxis has no way to deal with that Karma effectively. He's having to go for Word of Glory spam as bot does use Diffuse Magic, and there it goes. Goes for a big old reset port to just kind of get out of there. Oh my god. A-bomb. What are you doing like that? 5 minutes into this duel, and bot as well as Maxis. Both of them have plenty of offensives or defenses to deal with. Bot does have Karma, has a one coming up very, very soon. Leg sweep very soon as well. Max is not going to be seeing his Shield of Vengeance for quite a while. Bubble or Bop not coming back. Actually, no, Bop is coming up in 30 seconds. So actually is not in a bad spot. It looks like both of these guys are kind of just waiting for each other, maybe waiting for some cooldowns, but for Maxis, this is good. Bot is probably thinking, you know what, I can just get some of my CDs, I'll be okay. But Max is getting the big value CDs, like massive value CDs. Probably more valuable than what Bot has. I think this is where Bot would want to stay aggressive the whole time. He's going for the hit and runs, but the run part is maybe a little bit too long and he doesn't do as many hits, I don't think. Which could put him behind, but maybe he might be able to figure it out and come out on top. 6 minutes in this duel, 9% dampener, and both of these guys are kind of stalling. What are they doing? I have no idea. I think they're kind of just stalling for cooldowns. I would imagine. Chase the chicken? Well, both of them are riding chicken, so who's chasing who, really? You know what I mean? Max is trying to get a slow into Bot. Bot just avoiding him completely. Bot has every CD available. He does have images coming up. He might wait for a second charge, honestly. And Max has bubble in 45. So really, Bot put himself in a position where Max is just going to have the big defenses coming up very, very soon. So I don't know if that's actually going to be good for him. Max is getting hit with a disarm immediately. Doesn't really have much he could really do to Bot. A Bot out of the disarm rolls out of it. Does he have leg sweep? He does not. So now Bot is going to play defensive until next leg sweep. Max is trying to charge in. Stun onto Bot. Does he have the big damage? Big setup from available. Does he have the big setup here? Karma coming out. Is he just going to burn through Karma? Bop available. Diffuse Magic available for Bot. That's going to be Max is still maxing out that damage. Bot got super low for a second. Max's massive self-heal with Seraphim and Wings available. And Bot doesn't really have much defensive pressure here. Max is backing out completely. Even though it looked like Max was the one with the advantage here. I feel like Max was trying to chase after Bot just now. But maybe he isn't. Maybe he's waiting for that bubble to be back up or Wings to be back up. 8 minutes into this duel. What's the green breath he's doing? It's like a toy. It's like a toy. I think it's a Darkmoon Fair Firewater. I'm guessing here, literally guessing. Lexi with the Max is this Bot, get himself a setup. Gonna be a trinket Hodge, but Max is as he sees some cooldowns coming out of the monk. Looks like he's just gonna back out completely. What is this buff the Bot has, by the way? It looks like an arcane buff around him. Looks kind of cool. Is that a trinket maybe? Big damage on the Max's buster that Shield of Vengeance pretty quickly. Could be a bubble out of the Paladin as Max is just trying to maximize the self heals he has. Potentially a bubble here, boys. Potentially a bubble. Bubble comes out with Wings, trying to drive the damage around to the Bot and does hit him with a Hammer of the Righteous. Max, I think, was just trying to do some counter damage back to the Monk instead of just going for all the self heals, really. At least is what it looks like in hindsight. Jesse following up damage onto Max's, goes for a big old maim. Convoke, I don't think Max's have a way out of this. Looks like it's going to be down for the count. After all that duel, 8 minutes, 24% dampening. Jesse just takes him out. As Max's looks like he was just literally maximizing all his cooldowns, but only for one guy. I guess maybe he wasn't looking to fight anybody else. But he did do well either way. A win is a win. Jesse chilling in stealth, trying not to get found by the mage. The mage did pick up the eyes, does singe the fur of the feral by a second. It looks like it's going to be the feral catching himself a full reset. Might be able to find him more arcane explosions. Potentially. If only he did it there, that would have been good. Jesse opening up with a maim, not opening up with a rake stun or anything. I wonder if there's a reason for it. I wonder if that's on purpose. Fireball available for Tricky. And looks like Jesse is going to try to see if he can get the hell out of the Tricky. Does go in for a breath, missing it all the time and back to where he was. He's gonna have to get himself a really nice setup with the Jesse, like really big bursty wombo combo, because Jesse got mobility. Jesse plays it very, very defensively. Although if Jesse plays exactly how he did last duel, most of his damage comes during Convoke. So maybe you don't really have to be afraid of the cat too much until Convoke. Gonna be Jesse, not getting hit with a breath. Looks like Ring of Frost is gonna stop in place. Blinks out of it with Soul Shape though. As Tricky tried to go in for a big meteor play, couldn't quite do it. Getting interrupted on Fireball, trying to turn around and Frostbolt Jesse. Looks like even Frostbolt couldn't go through him. I really hope Jesse didn't do Shadow Meld there or anything. Main one to Tricky. Looks like big damage coming out. Tricky is gonna have to go for an Ice Block, saving that Cauterize for later. And Jesse just got so much damage here. So much pressure, trying to make a cyclone happen on Tricky in case he goes in for out of the Ice Block for some damage. Breath connects, and can Tricky make something happen off this? Continue to make fireballs happen. Big combustion coming out. Jesse actually taking so much damage. Maim onto Tricky. Jesse went for full defensive, even used wall. I guess maybe he was expecting for Tricky to chase him. He used wall preemptively. So now Tricky knows there's no more wall. All he needs to do is get through Bark Skin and maybe get a trinket out of Jesse, and he'll have him lined up. Jesse though is still in a decent spot for now. Hold on to Trinket. Meteor does connect. Trinket trying to go for fireballs. I think playing for the combustion setup. Big combo coming out. Trinket is gonna have the Cauterize come out, but the seed is the only thing that's holding him alive. But Jesse has a couple mean bites available for it. Taking him out. Talarion up next as a... I'm switching to the wrong person. I'm so sorry. As a Arms Warrior versus Jesse. Night Fae versus a Night Fae. Can you do it? Does land a charge onto Talarion. Onto Jesse. Trinket's out of the main. Does he have anything for the Cyclone? As long as he has some kind of an interrupt, he'll be okay. Does reflect it back to Jesse, but Jesse does use it as a defensive. Talarion has so much damage ready. And that's going to be knocked back for the Night Fae. Jesse's super low. Does Talarion connect back with Jesse? He just uses that to execute. He just needs one more global. That's all he needs. Looks like it's going to be the Feral Catch and a reset. That's super, super unfortunate. We've only had a leap or a charge ready for Jesse, but I think he might have used those way early. Looks like he's going to go way out and get himself a little bit of a reset. With 43% dampener, Jesse's going to get himself recovery as well. Damn, that was actually so good. I don't know if Shadowlands can do it again. I guess Avatar does have a pretty short cooldown, so you should be able to do it again. And I think the cooldown of that Night Fae Stomp ability, the Warrior one, is like a 1.5, so you won't be seeing that for a while, because that is part of his rotation. It does have a nice knockback effect to it, knockdown effect to it. So if you can knock somebody down and to stay in it, I think you can knock him down. But also it just does a lot of damage initially and then damage afterwards, like a burn. It's going to be a lead by the Feral, landing an opener onto Jesse. Should be a lot of damage. Thorns available by the Feral. Talarion goes in for a fear. He knows that Jesse has a big 5-component bite available. Does blood off of the Thorns though. Big bite comes in. Talarion is still quite nice and healthy. We're getting rooted though, as Jesse goes in for regrowth. If Talarion can somehow keep Jesse in combat, he'll be in a good spot. Gonna be a leap. Does get him out of stealth, so that's good. Not letting the Feral get the rake opener for the big bleed. Bash on Talarion though. Doesn't have a trinket. Does have a parry and everything if necessary. And Jesse is just gonna bail out of that. Talarion might have to mount up and just maybe go for food again. That's most likely what he's gonna go for. Yep. Seems like Jesse is catching up on heals. Talarion's gonna catch up on heals himself. Knows that Jesse is gonna be skulking near him. He's just gonna have to let the Feral get the opener here. Does Jesse go for a big go? Parry available for Talarion. Should be able to make something work here. Battle stance available. Big knockdown to Jesse. Bladestorm to fall. Thorns is gonna do damage to Talarion, but he's looking to go for a big all-in. Most likely. Avatar's still rolling. Does have a defensive stance for the Thorns. Jesse going for bites. Could be anyone's game. Commanding shot coming out for Talarion. Battle stance available. Does get slow CC onto Talarion. Does knock him out with the charge into an execute. Talarion taking him out. With those Thorns, that was actually a little bit rough here, wasn't it? Just some onto belly. Talarion is going to have to take a lot of damage here. Actually goes in for a lead. Belly chasing after him. Board coming out for Talarion. Might be able to get out of there. Belly is playing the Venthyr Warrior, so his executes are going to do a lot of damage. A ton of damage. Talarion is playing the Night Fae, so you'll have the mobility and you'll have the knockdown. Talarion's going to have to find a way to catch up on health. I don't know if he's going to be able to. Defensive stance might help him, but Belly just has him in the execute range already. This time to Talarion can't really do much against the other warriors' executes. Into a Stormbolt, I think it's over for Talarion. This Bladestorm is probably going to do it. There it goes. Those X kids though. Lol Sub is going to be up next to Shadow Priest. Wow, this duel's been going for a while. 14 minutes. Almost 15. 59% dampener. And that's going to be barely taking a little bit of damage from Lol Sub as he ports around in fear. Does he have Zerker Rage for it? Looks like he doesn't. Stun with those mind games. And that's going to be Shadow Word. Death executing. Taking him out. Who's next on team 2? We got either Monspur or A-Bomb. Looks like it's going to be Monspur. Retribution Paladin at 61% dampening. What's the Shadow Priest going to remove the bubble? Might be interesting. Might be very interesting. Shadow Fiend going already on the attack versus Monspur. He's going to go for Word of Glories most likely. Building up the Holy Power. Just have a full set of Holy Power. There you go. But Word of Glory is doing a lot less at 62% dampening. Very unfortunate for him. Lulls up. Just kind of waiting out for Monspur. Probably waiting for the Paladin to charge at him. Or if you can get a good angle, maybe get a stun as well as all the dots on a Monspur. Trying to make sure there's range between the two for sure. He's going to get the stun. Trick it immediately for Monspur as Lulsop goes in for full Void Eruption. Trying to make Shadowman's work as Greater Fate is up. Looks like he does juke a kick from Monspur. Monspur popping off wings. Actually playing the super defensive. Door of Shadows for Shadow Priest. Silence out of Monspur. Not letting him use Word of Glories. Mind games. Taking him out. No bubble used. Monspur probably should have pressed the bubble or something. I don't think silence stops you from using bubble. Unless it does, which would be kind of weird, but I don't think it does. Crazy amount of damage from Lost Up though. I think Monspur maybe was trying to hope like, oh, wings and heals, I got it. Didn't look like he did. Lost Up just has one more guy to get through, and that's going to be, oh, grips coming out onto effective. Poor guy. This is going to be A-Bomb gripping Lost Up back to back to back. This burst does come in for Lost Up. Not a lot of health recovery can be done here. Stun to A-Bomb, but he goes for IBF. Great effective level for Losop, trying not to get hit, interrupted by A-Bomb. And we're just melting down to the dust, missing his interrupt. And Losop might have the damage here. Mind control onto A-Bomb. Looks like he doesn't do it. Let's go to Lijborn. Blind onto Losop. Looks like the Shadow Crash mid-air was already enough to make the damage happen. It does take him out. Max has ended up in quite a bit of a long duel with the Monk. It looks like the amount of healing he did also was pretty nutty too, huh? Long duel ended up kind of being very, very short after that 8-minute mark. Because not a lot of healing, not much you can really do. 70% damp thanks to the duel at the beginning. Yeah, it's unfortunate to get those games at 70% damn, boys. Hey, sometimes it happens, man. What can you do about it? I can't do much about it. Alrighty, boys. That was a long one. My headache is really starting to become really bad. I feel like I actually feel like I need to lay down. We just gotta call it here. Take it easy. Take it on my poor old man health, dude. I'm not young anymore. Oh man. I'm gonna get some food and then chill on the couch for a bit, boys. Hope you don't mind. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Silence doesn't stop bubble. Good to know. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. Next week, I'll make sure to have myself proper sleep schedule as well as proper food intake. Actually, eat something next time. Thank you all so much for coming by. Tomorrow we got 5v5 Duels 4 and I hope we'll see you guys tomorrow for the NA Duels. Hope the NA boys will be ready. Thank you all, and I'll see all of you guys in the next stream tomorrow. Peace.